that when Sissy comes in about, you're with Flounder?
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh my God.
And one of the best things is clearly Otter is making a move on her.
Yes.
And it just totally, it's what the older guys, the seniors at in the frat, they want to welcome their new brothers in. But they'll bang their girlfriend in a heartbeat, without question. All right, so more than 2 years after her split from Darius Jackson, Keke Palmer says that she's now more open to love and has a healthier perspective on relationships. Speaking with Whoopi Goldberg after the 2026 Tribeca Film Festival, Palmer explained that after becoming a mother and going through a major breakup, she no longer feels pressed about an outcome when it comes to romance.
Isn't she being linked with Sean Evans?
Yes. Well, kind of, sort of. People are hoping that that's going to happen. So she said, love now means enjoying experiences for what they are rather than worrying about where they lead. She emphasized that her son, Leo, is my entire world, with my family, friends, and work taking priority over romantic relationships. Romance love now makes up only a small portion of her, quote, love box. And
I know what that is.
I know. And she said that she no longer lets it define her. Palmer has not publicly dated anyone since her breakups with Jackson. But, of course, as Steve was saying, fans really want her to get together with Hot Ones host Sean Evans because they've been very flirty with each other.
I think it's very cute.
I do, too.
And they clearly have a thing for each other.
Yep.
And one of them is their love box.
David Harbour, old friend of ours, addressed ex-wife Lily Allen's album West End Girl in a new interview with Variety, calling it weird, but saying that he respects her right to turn personal experiences into art. He emphasized that their split is part of his private life and said stories are complex, noting that the album reflected Allen's experience and not his own. Allen's album was inspired by the breakdown of their marriage, though she later said in an interview that some songs were written in character and described the record as a mix of fact and fiction. She also pushed back on suggestion that the album was a revenge tour, saying that she now feels differently about the breakup than when she wrote the songs. David, by the way, didn't just talk about Allen with Variety. However, he also revealed that a false tabloid report claiming that Millie Bobby Brown filed harassment and bullying complaints against him contributed to a mental health crisis, saying, I had a breakdown. He has spoken openly about living with bipolar disorder, and he explained that stress can lead to erratic behavior that he finds embarrassing and is ashamed of.
So he's saying that none of that happened with the...
He said there was not, that apparently there was not a harassment complaint.
Really?
Interesting.
Okay.
He described his decades-long bond with Brown as similar to family, noting that disagreements can happen when people work closely together for years. He dismissed the allegations and said outside attention surrounding the hit series amplified the situation. And he said, Millie and I are working on several projects. You'll see more of Millie. 10 years wasn't enough. There's a special bond there. I love her, and she loves me.
The hell does that mean?
Yeah.
I took a deep dive into this Lily Allen tour. It's pretty wild. She recreates getting phone calls when she's on tour from him saying
really?
hey, I think I want to date somebody else. She wraps herself in this very large, imagine a life-size CVS receipt, and it's a recreation of all of the receipts that he spent money on another woman.
Yeah, I remember seeing that, and that was on the debut of that tour, and people were going nuts for that.
Yeah,
so.
It happened right here in Philly, too.
Yeah, oh, was that where? Yeah.
So she's doing kind of some stage acting as well.
Yes.
There's a little bit of that involved. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
It seems like it's very cathartic for her, and the audience is loving it.
Okay. Kaylee Cuoco and her fiance, our buddy Tom Pelfrey.
Yes.
Everybody's our friend, by the way.
You have to believe that.
Have announced that they are expecting their second child together. They shared the news with fans on Instagram. The couple revealed that they are having a baby girl through a series of family photos that included their daughter Matilda and a gender reveal dot cake with a pink interior.
We apparently came this close to having them both as a couple in on the show, but things couldn't work out.
In the caption, Cuoco celebrated the milestone, writing, completing our little family, we had a dream come true. She also reflected on pregnancy experience for the second time, noting that the journey has been a little windier in many ways, but now we are so grateful for this moment. She further revealed the baby's sex by sharing, Little Sissy on the way.
Little
So that's where I got the idea for the stupid question this morning.
Oh.
I don't know if that's the name of the child or just a
Little
nickname.
sister, yeah.
And calling Pelfrey a girl dad for life. The happy announcement comes after the couple welcomed Matilda in 2022 and got engaged in 2024.
The bummer is he can't be a part of Task 2.
Yeah. Sydney Sweeney is addressing long-running rumors surrounding the 4-year delay of HBO's Euphoria. The actress who plays Cassie Howard pushed back against claims that cast schedules or behind-the-scenes tensions were responsible. In a new interview with Vanity Fair, she started with alleged beefs on set, saying, "We all grew up together on this show, so it's honestly crazy to watch how much social media and the press spin things." The actress, who's been on the series since it debuted in 2019, explained that scheduling conflicts were never the issue. She said, "I was in first position to HBO," adding, "So the moment they say, hey, this is the first day of filming, I am legally not allowed to do anything else." And she noted that the same arrangement applied across the cast, stating all of us were in first position. So it wasn't like any of our schedules were holding it up.
There's rumor that she is doing a remake, and she's producing it herself, of Barbarella.
Oh, okay.
And she's going to play Barbarella.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Her comments come after years of discussion about the show's production delays, which followed industry strikes, reported script development setbacks, and alleged personal feuds between Sweeney and the show star Zendaya as well. I'd be down for a Barbarella.
Yeah.
It's been long enough that they could really have some fun with that. You know?
Absolutely.
Give me a brief background. What is Barbara?
It's based on, there's a French comic series, a sci-fi series, and this was a character, kind of think of like a, a free living, sexual space.
Okay. Superpowers?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But she encounters all sorts of different, in fact, Duran Duran comes directly from.
Yeah, there's a character called Duran Duran that uses sex to torture you.
Yeah.
Uses pleasure to torture you.
Okay.
Jane Fonda played Barbarella. She's very, very revealing, sexy outfits and all kinds of kitschy, weird little outer space things happen. I thought it was a fun movie.
The aliens are all high concept. Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah. All right, so now that the Summer House reunion episodes have aired, Andy Cohen feels comfortable revealing who the mystery person was who helped discover the person who leaked raw audio from the set.
Oh, is it Pauly Shore?
No, but you're going to be surprised.
What?
At Watch What Happens Live Tuesday night, Cohen said a Bravo superfan provided some crucial information that helped confirm the source. Well, with the last reunion episode having aired tonight, I want to personally thank that superfan. Folks, that fan was indeed Jennifer Lawrence.
What?
Her online sleuthing helped our team of investigators solve this mystery. She is a diehard reality fan, reality show fan.
Kardashian fan, all that stuff. Has been forever.
The leak happened in April after the news came out that stars Amanda Batula and West Wilson had started dating. A set worker was later fired as a result. But
you remember the gasp in the studio when you announced that?
Yes.
We were just stunned.
Yeah, but Jennifer Lawrence actually behind that whole thing. All right, Tom Hanks was at the Toy Story 5 premiere, and he was talking to E! News when the subject of Taylor Swift came up. About Taylor's song, I Knew It, I Knew You, playing over the film's credits, Hanks admitted that he didn't know about the song until the world did, saying that the cast was never told. When the interviewer remarked about Tom's successful marriage to Rita Wilson and asked if he had any marital advice for the soon-to-be wed Taylor and Travis Kelce, he replied, "The man must make the waffles on Sunday."
Oh,
and that was his advice.
All right.
The man must make the waffles on Sunday. Now, that might be some kind of code. I don't know.
It means his butler is the one who makes the waffles on Sunday.
Or it might legitimately mean that you should do something like cook breakfast for your significant other.
Tap that waffle, if you know what I'm saying.
Really know. So,
that blue waffle.
Tap that blue waffle.
Oh.
All right, so here is a follow-up for you. We told you that Love Island USA contestant Sean Rifle was catching heat from all the sides of for walking away from his job as a cop in the Bethlehem Police Department. It included from the town's mayor, by the way, in order to join the show. Unfortunately for Rifle, his time on the villa was short. it's done, I guess.
Oh, man.
Good news, though. He doesn't have to stay unemployed. Bethlehem Mayor J. William Reynolds tells TMZ that Sean can come back if he wants.
There you go.
But he'll have to reapply and start from scratch, the same as anyone else looking for a position with the department. So, yeah, they're going to welcome him on board, I'm sure.
So I found out last night what makes Love Island so interesting to people. They put out a new episode every single day, 6 days a week.
Oh, really?
So you're pretty much seeing something that happened yesterday. Like that within 24 hours, they edit it and
So
put
it's like
a
a
new
soap
episode out.
opera that every day.
It's
wow, I didn't
exactly what
realize. I thought it was
said.
once a week.
Yep.
Well, that's pretty wild.
And then when people get voted off, they bring new people in. So there's constantly new cast members.
Okay.
And then the like online fan reaction, the producers are watching that. So then they're knowing who to focus on.
It's like the Truman Show.
Yeah. Exactly, Steve.
Wow.
So people are really into it.
All right, so here's another follow-up. We told you earlier this week rumors were heating up saying Jane Seymour was engaged. She was on the Today Show yesterday. She was asked if there was any good news to share, showing off the same ring that started people talking. Seymour said, I am wearing I don't even know how to say this, a moi et toi ring.
That sounds right.
I think that sounds about right. Yeah, which he gave me, she said. When pressed about what the ring may mean specifically, she said, all I can say, the answer is I have never been happier in my life, and I'm absolutely committed to this happiness forever.
Did she say she was over the moon?
And then she said, what's that called? So,
Oh, all right.
So it translates into a me and you ring.
a me and you. Moi et toi ring. All right. This sucks to see this, but X-Men and Deadpool and Wolverine star Taylor Mayne has breast cancer.
Yes, saw that. It's horrible.
Mayne portrayed Sabretooth, Wolverine's brother in the films, and revealed that his news on the Facebook video. He said, I have some bad news. I start chemo today. 1 in 750 men will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime, and I am one of them. Because it's rarely talked about, it's usually found at later stages and has worse outcomes. And I want to change that. He plans on documenting his treatment journey to raise awareness about male breast cancer and encourage other men to pay attention to potential symptoms as well. So hopefully, it doesn't indicate how far along he is.
No, he seems up. I mean, I was reading an interview with him, and he seems like the prognosis is good. So hopefully that is the case.
Yeah. A new ABC special, Toy Story 30 Years and Beyond. A special edition of 2020 explores Pixar's rise from a small animation studio to an industry giant through the lens of the beloved Toy Story franchise. The special reveals how the groundbreaking original film nearly didn't get made and examines how the series continues to evolve with the upcoming Toy Story 5. Cast members including Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, and Joan Cusack reflect on the franchise's impact alongside Pixar leaders and filmmakers.
Yeah, they're putting a massive PR push on that on NBC. They're doing Toy Story Dateline.
No.
Woody shows up at a house with wine coolers and condoms.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Viewers will also get a behind-the-scenes look at Pixar and exclusive footage from the new movie. Taylor Swift will even join in on the fun, explaining why she contributed the original song, I Knew It, I Knew You, to the Toy Story 5 soundtrack.
Go back in your mind to when you first saw Toy Story.
Yeah.
And what a shift that was.
Oh, yeah.
How huge that was.
Yeah.
It was on a par with seeing living dinosaurs in Jurassic Park.
Exactly.
Yeah,
the animation had
whoa.
taken a huge leap forward, and the story, the actual story at the heart of it
was sensational.
was wonderful.
Yeah.
So they did everything correct. It's the gold standard.
It is.
You know, it really is. Toy Story 30 Years and Beyond, a special edition of 2020 airs Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, ABC. It will stream the following day on Disney Plus and Hulu as well. I really would like to see that. Jonathan Scott, one of the stars of HGTV's Property Brothers franchise, is expanding into daytime television with a new syndicated talk show in development with CBS Media Ventures. The show, called Better with Jonathan Scott, will film a pilot later this month and could join the company's fall 2027 lineup if it all goes well.
They should title it, Whatever Happened to That Jonathan Scott Show?
The show would feature interviews with celebrity guests and lifestyle experts. If picked up, it would become the first new syndicated daytime talk show to launch in 4 years.
Are you a fan, Case? Property Brothers?
I was. I just haven't been watching HGTV all that much.
All right.
And I like these guys. Yeah, they got a little too buttoned up, and you
Yeah.
had Jonathan Scott, and then you had the other one who, he was like the construction guy, so he wore the jeans and had a 5 o'clock
Oh,
shadow.
okay, all right,
But
that
they're
was his-
both pretty boys.
Who's with Zoe Deschanel?
That's Jonathan.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the other brother's name is.
Oh, it's Drew. Drew Scott.
Okay,
What?
that doesn't sound right.
Drew
For some
Scott.
reason.
His brother Drew Scott celebrated the news in the comments, jokingly asking if the show would last 5 hours because Jonathan, quote, doesn't stop talking.
All right, but there are technically 3 brothers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you got the twins and then another brother. I don't
Sloth.
Sloth.
Scott. He loves candy bars. Mama property, brother.
Is he involved in HGTV stuff?
He is not on camera.
No, they keep him in the
Yeah,
basement.
they keep him in the basement locked up. Yeah, they
And
throw
his
produce
ears
at him.
actually move. It's crazy.
His name is JD. His Instagram profile says host and builder of stuff, explorer of things weird, not a twin. They're kind of creepy.
Okay. All right.
Sloth Scott.
Yeah. I got a couple other things. The third biggest film of 2026 is coming to a living room near you. Project Hail Mary, the film adaptation of Andy Weir's best-selling novel, is finally coming to streaming, and it will drop on MGM Plus on June 18th.
I already bought it. I've watched it twice so far.
No kidding. Couldn't wait. Yeah. Ryan Gosling, Sandra Hüller, and a puppet/rock creature star in the blockbuster hit, which has brought in over $340 million at the domestic box office.
I love the fact that 90% of that in the movie is that real puppet, an actual puppet effect. They only use CGI for one or two brief periods.
Yep. All right. Another Jump Street movie is in the works, with franchise stars Channing Tatum, Jonah Hill, and Ice Cube in talks to reprise their roles.
Both of those movies just get to me. They're hilarious. They did a great job. And I love the fact that the second one is a complete disassembling of the first one.
Yeah.
Like everything is, it makes fun of the sequel. It's hilarious.
24 Jump Street is the third film in the series, following 2012's 21 Jump Street and then 2014's 22 Jump Street. As for the odd title, the screenplay, as seen on Instagram, is subtitled, "It Took So Long to Make We Had to Skip One."
Have you seen both of them?
No.
Oh, they're effing hilarious. They really are well done. And they take the dynamic, they switch it. In the first one, Channing Tatum, somehow he thinks he's going to be the cool guy in the high school.
Yeah.
But he ends up with the nerds, and he loves it. He starts to really gravitate towards it. And then in the second one, the roles are sort of reversed. It's great.
All right, and then one last story. Actors Paul Mescal and Barry Keoghan were spotted filming scenes for Sam Mendes' upcoming Beatle biopic aboard a yacht, recreating a memorable 1964 vacation
Belts and hose.
taken by Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr. The sequence appears to revisit their trip near St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands, where Paul later recalled writing the song Things We Said Today in his memoir. He wrote about what he loved most about that song. And he said, "The thing I always loved and still love about writing a song is that at the end of 2 or 3 hours, I have a newborn baby to show everyone." And he noted, "I want to show it to the world." And the world at that moment was the people on the boat.
I love how he's saying, I love when I write a song and it takes 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. 2 or
And then
3 hours.
Then I have a classic
I've got one
song,
that will live on for hundreds of years.
Just give me about 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
I'll write a song you'll remember for the rest of your life.
Mescal, who plays McCartney, and Keoghan, who plays Starr, are joined by Harris Dickinson as John Lennon and Joseph Quinn as George Harrison in the highly anticipated 4-part musical film. It's expected in April of 2028.
Where's your dinghy?
All right, I got some clips here. Cutting-edge CGI is used to depict how species live through numerous natural disasters in Surviving Earth. Here, the show creator, Tim Haynes, explains the premise of the docuseries.
I think it's one of those titles which is meant to be contrasty. So Earth, our home, where we live, isn't it nice? Surviving, oh dear, what's wrong with that? But it is true that life only exists because it's survived on Earth, and Earth is quite a capricious home, and it's had to learn to live with that.
Part 1 of Surviving Earth airs tonight, 8 p.m. That's on NBC.
I love when they do stuff like that. They did that whole dinosaur series on Discovery, and it was I mean, listen, obviously, unless they find someone's attic footage from that particular time, this is the closest we're going to get.
Yeah. All right, here's our next clip. 3 childhood best friends navigate the complexities of life by sticking together in sweet magnolias. And here, Logan Allen shares how the cast is very close on and off screen.
We've all grown up together. Like, these people have literally seen me. When I was, Temu, Justin Bieber, they've seen me grow into myself and who I am. And so, like, we're genuinely a family.
Everyone does it. Now you can do it too. Shut the up.
Season 5 of Sweet Magnolias streams today, and you will find that on Netflix. All right, there you go, folks. Entertainment report for this morning, the 11th day of June. We have a hot one on tap for today. It's going to feel like 103 degrees.
Yeah, steam.
With the humidity, and we might have some severe storms on the way tonight, so a little bit of a tumultuous day.
One of these days, we should make sure we have mint juleps in the studio.
Oh, my God.
Just to feel really like,
Mint juleps.
Southern Colonel.
That'd be fun. A couple of things. Number one, we're going to have a guest on the program later today. Marshall Schurtz will be here. He's host of the Always Sunny tour on Instagram, and he also does live tours. So if you're interested, you want to stick around. If you're a big fan of Always Sunny, you may hook up with him and go see these places.
And apparently the show, we figure in the tour at some level. So,
yes. And I do want to remind you that Marissa's got an event coming up, and the deadline to purchase tickets for this event is tomorrow. Marissa is going to be the broadcast pioneers of Philadelphia for a special presentation called Podcast, the Evolution of Media. And Marissa is one of the panel members. Sarah Parker will be one as well. Mm-hmm. And it is going to be next Wednesday at the McCall Golf Club in Upper Darby. So if you know somebody who's been interested in getting into the podcast side of things and they don't really know how it all works, you need to check this out and be a part of it. You can get tickets now. Marissa, where do you get tickets?
The easiest place, if you go to WMMR.com/events, there's a link right there.
All right, so the deadline for that is tomorrow. Just want to give you a heads up on that whole thing. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back in just a moment. Stay with us, my friend. It's a new year, obviously, and today is and I've done this the past few years. It's a new me.
Is it a new you?
It's a new me.
What is the earmark of a new you right now?
Oh, losing 20 pounds.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Did you allow yourself the latitude to enjoy the holidays fully?
Very much
okay.
so. Yeah, exactly.
Would that be represented with a large alcohol quotient, or was there
a bit.
Cookies and baked goods
and ice cream?
Okay.
Yeah. But I took a couple days off.
All right.
But for the most part, I went full steam.
Yeah.
The entire time.
You
I
needed
said,
it.
screw it. I'm like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Modeling days are over.
Yeah, exactly. So, but no, I'm getting right back to it. And one of the things that we have to deal with specifically, and a lot of people listening do, is getting your sleep back on track.
Yeah.
Because you allow yourself maybe little latitude, staying up a little later, getting up a little later.
What time are you getting up during the days off?
8.
Okay.
8:30. Something like that.
So I do 6:30 or 7,
mm-hmm.
but my natural internal clock, and I'd say statistically in any given year since we've been doing this show, I beat the alarm. I cancel the alarm before it goes off by about 5 minutes. So, and I try to keep it that way a little bit earlier, so it's not as in your face when you change over to our real deal schedule. Mm-hmm. And it seems to work. We'll see how that is on Wednesday when it tends to hit you fully.
My goal during the break was to not get out of bed until after 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
After 9.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do your dogs want you to get up before that?
Reggie had me up earlier yesterday, so I was up at about 8:45 yesterday.
So they sleep in as well.
Well, yeah. Reggie's just so funny because he literally will like blow in my face. He puts his nose up against my face and he goes like, and he like blows in my face. I'm like, it's not happening right now.
Can you push
buddy.
it down to your crotch?
Yeah, right. No, listen, there are other people in the house that
are taking care of that.
No, well, they're allowed to. They're allowed to let the dogs out.
But they don't. But they don't. Oh, I hear you.
They
Yeah.
don't always,
oh, that's great.
All right, so I saw a couple of tips on how to get your sleep back on track after the holidays.
Yeah, this can be very valuable.
So this was I forgot, I don't know what the source is, but I saw these, and these are pretty good tips actually. So you need to refocus on your wind down routine. Most nights you need to prepare your body to snooze because exhaustion won't do it. So some swear by, and I had never heard of this term before, dark showering. Have you heard of
Dark
this?
showering.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so it apparently helps the body relax.
With the lights off?
It's essentially taking a shower in the dark.
Huh.
Or with super low lighting. I'd never thought about that. Now we're morning shower people.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for the opposite effect. I'm looking for wake up, get going, let's get moving.
Yeah, I don't need that to be a sleep aid.
But this is apparently if you were on your way to go to bed.
Could you move your bed into the shower?
Maybe you could do that.
Listen, I don't take. I think you just said it. Showers for me are get up, let's get going.
Exactly.
Aha.
But I have heard that things like warm water, a warm shower, or warm bath, maybe an hour or so before you go to bed, does help you to some extent.
So that I have done as well, but I will do warm baths like in the afternoon, and I haven't taken a bath in years.
Warm bath in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It's kind of my shower routine. I'm like afternoon or evening showerer, and I like it dimly lit.
Do you not shower in the morning?
And sometimes.
Okay.
Like 2 or 3 times a week,
All right.
but not every day in the morning. And I love it piping hot, like burn your skin off hot.
Right. So how about this dark showering? Could you imagine doing that with, I mean, you said you like it dimly lit, but how about like really dark?
I think I could do it really dark.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about dark shaving?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's smart.
I'm awake now. Ready to go.
I get the idea. It's sort of a spa type of vibe if you're just warm. But I again, I don't want to pass out in the shower and end up with a concussion.
So other things you can do to help relax the body are journaling.
Journaling,
no.
Or you can,
I'll be in the study journaling.
or you can pick up one of the books you got
Bring
for
my
Christmas.
chamomile tea in there.
Yeah. And then it
Do
also...
you journal? Have you ever journaled at all?
I
Have you ever
tried.
kept a diary?
So I tried. Not that long ago, I felt that I wanted to write Rochelle a letter.
Yeah.
I don't remember why. This is a few years ago, but it was important to me. Oh, dude.
My dearest wife, when you caught me spanking it in the light of my laptop,
dude.
I want to tell you I was thinking of you. Though I was looking at porn star Dorothy LeMay, I imagined
Oh
you.
my God, Dorothy LeMay. It's taboo, right? Yeah. All right. Anyway, no, I wanted to write her a letter, and my handwriting was way out of whack and needed to be brought back up to speed.
What is this gub?
And also, just stringing words together. I don't write that often. I am not a writer. It's part of the reason why I don't really post on Instagram that much is because I struggle with the written word and conveying what I want to convey via the written word. So I wanted to practice at it.
It's
And
funny you should bring it up.
So I started journaling, and then it went away after a month or so.
Well, I'm sorry to jump in there, but I it's funny you should bring this up because I think you don't need to be a slave to. I completely understand what you're saying, but I see now more and more if it's just flowing naturally. My dad journaled fastidiously throughout his life, and that later was translated into and I played some of the audio on air. He recorded about 8 hours of his journal throughout the life to give to his sons, to my brothers and I, in the event of his passing. And it's the greatest gift, I think. It's just an amazing thing. But he had a flair for that. I like to think that I'm pretty good with that as well. But I see more and more people just sort of just writing the words the way they come out, and don't be constrained by it. Your feelings will come through. Does that make any sense?
It does. Are you talking about it on social media?
Well, journal. Your private journal.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's not, unless you have intent of publishing it, and then you'll get somebody to clean it up.
No, not at all.
But I mean...
But I will hand wring over social media because, people are so kind.
Oh, by the way, and I'm pretty good with this, and I just wrote, I went to the store EYE. Because I'm just so distracted. And you feel like, now I look like a complete moron.
Yeah, but those comments help your algorithm, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
No, I did see a suggestion of journaling and writing things with the staunch idea that you never need to go back and reread it. Just let it out. Kind of can be practiced.
Yeah.
It's kind of what you're saying, Steve.
Just let your
write.
feelings end up on the page and Grammar be damned.
The act of doing it
Yeah.
is supposedly cathartic.
It's like spanking it.
It's like that. Just the act
Don't
alone.
worry. Act as if, what does they say? Dance as if no one is looking.
Spank
Yeah,
as if-
spank it as if no one is looking.
All right, you can also start a gentle pre-bed exercise.
I do. I fart.
It says, well, you don't want any strenuous workouts to get the blood pumping right before bed, as that rush can make it harder to drift off. Lighter physical activity can be calming.
I do 200 burpees.
Yoga and Tai Chi are linked to better sleep as they help lower the heart rate and can erase racing minds.
Would you do a, to me, that's not something I would do. Would you do like a transcendental meditation thing or a meditation?
But I have done, and I got into a pretty good habit of it, and it's part of one of the things I'm going to start doing again is just 10 minutes before bed is just stretch.
Yeah.
Is just do a full body.
Right.
I'm not spending a lot of time stretching, but I make sure that I do pretty much all of the major muscle groups and just do a stretch before going to bed, and that's something I want to get back to doing. That does help me drift off. That was it. Wait, I can't get. My ankle is behind my head now. Way better. Oh. All right, and then they suggest that you gradually adjust your bedtime, because it says suddenly forcing yourself back to that bedtime may leave your body clock a little bit weirded out. So instead, they recommend heading to bed 20 minutes earlier every night to slowly get back to your usual bedtime if you have drifted like a few hours.
I see. Yeah, that's why I sort of keep it somewhat linear to my during the vacation for us is the night before, as opposed to how late you can stay up, as opposed to the day of the vacation or the day off.
Yeah, I'm not obviously with these hours. I'm not a late night person at all anymore. But New Year's Eve we did stay up till about 2, and that's like way crazy late for me. I get up at 3:45 to go to work. So then it kind of, after we did that, the last few days have tweaked me, and I've been staying up late every night till at least midnight. So last night I had to force myself to get my ass into bed.
I tried, like I say, okay, I'm gonna make sure that I'm asleep I usually am asleep by 11. Which is still not enough sleep, but it's the way my schedule goes. I ended up watching that Screamboat horror movie.
Screamboat Willie?
Screamboat. So, because I couldn't get to sleep. The worst thing to do, the hardest thing to do, force yourself to go to sleep. I'm going to go to sleep now. It just doesn't work.
It's tough to do. Yeah. But and like I told you at the beginning of the show this morning, I'm like, today, got up, no problem.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, probably no problem. Wednesday, forget it. It's always, there's like a 2-day thing, and then a crash is going to hit.
Consider that a taper's alert.
Yeah, totally.
You're going to want to record Wednesday show.
Yeah, I guarantee you I will be out of it. So, but listen, a lot of people are having to deal with kind of getting back. If you were lucky enough to have some time off at the end of the year, some people don't get any time off.
When I think of the way my schedule was when I was doing stand-up, I was often getting home at the time I wake up now.
I bet.
Yeah. It's just insane to think that was my life years ago.
I know.
And now that's completely alien to me.
God, I remember when I was first approached at doing morning radio, I said, no way.
No.
I said, you are out of your mind. There's no way I want to get up that early in the morning.
It was not uncommon for me, Casey, you talk about the way you do things now, to put on a movie I really wanted to see at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And sit there and watch it till 2:30, 3 o'clock, because that was the way I was wired, you know?
Yep.
This is crazy.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
All right, here's another thing to keep in mind as we move into the new year and after, everything that that you've gone through over the past year, kind of reassessing, not just getting some sleep or getting exercise and so on, but this is a good time to assess like decluttering things.
Oh.
We did replace the smoke detectors.
Yes, we did that.
Because they recommend either do that on a holiday or daylight savings time.
I just disconnected them because they're so annoying.
I know. Always
I know.
chirping. Yeah.
But another thing is decluttering, and I have a couple of tips here in a second.
I had this gigantic pile of clean laundry in the corner of my room that just for some reason, honestly, like Because I hang up my T-shirts, right? And so I would just kind of like, just when and they were mainly, I would say 90% of it was T-shirts.
So you consider hanging up, throwing them in a pile?
No, well, instead of hanging them up, I would just kind of like put them on top of the pile.
See.
And so essentially for the last couple of months, I had just basically been living off of like 2
piles.
No, 2 laundry baskets. So like whenever that laundry basket would get full, then I would like clean them, and then so I was living off of the same clothes for a couple of months, and then finally I went and I spent a few hours just kind of organizing.
Blood drive coming up a week from tomorrow. Just got a text. It says, "Hey guys, I usually give blood a couple times a year. I'd love to join for the I Bleed for Preston blood drive. Problem is, I live in Honolulu.
Whoa.
If I give blood out here on June 19th, any chance I could score a shirt? I'd be happy to pay for shipping. No worries either way. I'll give blood regardless. Thanks and sorry to bother you at work." And then they sent the emoji of the hand signal, the little Hawaiian hand signal. Is it the shaka? Is that what that's
Yeah.
called?
I think that's what
Not
it is.
the shocker.
Yeah, it's where you have 2 in the pink and 1 in the stink.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you know what.
Finger banging.
So thank you for checking in
I love that.
from Hawaii. That's
Can we
really,
switch
really cool.
places?
Oh, my God. I would love to go
Visit?
back there.
It's gorgeous.
Someday,
Yeah.
Someday I will return. I promise. All right, listen, we want to do something again because we have a new jingle to play.
We have to.
And we need to take it out for a spin again, and it's time for Stacko Topics.
yeah.
Yes, it definitely is.
This is Stacko Topics. Here's a random topic.
All right, so I have the stack of...
May I explain a little part of this too? Because a lot of the topics that we have a list of running 45, 50 things that are always kind of sitting there that we can pluck out of. And a lot of things we might say, okay, this is what we're going to talk about. We say, well, that's a really good stack of topic. So now they've been porting into this.
Yeah.
So you're going to see this popping up. And it has a little bit to do with the cool jingle as well.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so who wants to pick? Anybody want to pick? You want me to pick?
Steve, have you ever picked?
I don't think I have the mojo, but I'll do it. Yeah, I'll try.
do it, man. Here we
Fan these
All
out.
right.
Here's a random topic.
He's picking from the top. Go ahead.
Is that bad?
No.
No, just pointing out what you're doing. All right, what is it? Is it any good? Some of these suck, by the way.
But that's what I love about it. There's
Yeah.
a gambling aspect to it too. This has potential.
Okay.
What is the most embarrassing sport you've been injured in while playing?
Oh, okay. All right. So
What does that key off of?
I gotcha. I hurt myself bowling one time. I mean, like my forearm, like really bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, how do you tell somebody that?
Yeah.
How did you hurt yourself? I was
Fencing.
Bowling? Are you kidding me?
We're fencing.
Fencing.
Now, fencing
Oh,
was
yeah.
cool. Fencing, I'm all right with.
But in the way-
because fencing is sword fighting.
Well, I
So-
can top you.
Okay.
Skipping.
I know that's right. Steve hurt himself skipping. The sport of skipping. The reason we did that was because there was
were
some
racing.
competitive skipping, right?
We were seeing how fast that I could do the Dorothy skip from Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And I went out around the Bend station, and came back around the hall, and I was going good, man. But I really did something.
All right, 610-660-9333. I'm sure somebody has injured themselves playing ping pong.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines, and wants to share that
I
story. This
guarantee
is your forum. This is your opportunity to do this now.
Are the pickleball injuries still embarrassing, or is it like so common that it's kind of?
I haven't heard of a whole bunch of pickleball. injuries.
No! Remember, I've had stories. The doctors said that they're going through the roof with pickleball.
Oh, I
injuries.
didn't realize. Okay, yeah.
I was
most
just talking
definitely.
to Paul Blake, our general sales manager, or no, what is he now? Viceroy or what is
Something
it?
like that, yeah.
Chaplain.
Chaplain.
And so he was telling me that like he's probably the most fit of all his pickleballers that he plays with, but he strained his calf playing pickleball. Listen, pickleball is essentially tennis.
It is.
And
it's actually more explosive if you
Yeah.
stop and think about it because you're in a more confined area.
what keeps me from playing pickleball is like hurting my knee, like my
Yeah,
ACL. Apparently,
me too.
my ACL is already partially torn, and I was playing softball in the PAL softball thing last summer, and I just had to stop short and re-aggravated my knee.
I mean,
I'm like,
look at what Matt Cord just went through. Full knee replacement, and Matt's in good shape.
Lacey, weren't you on a trampoline? You hurt yourself too?
Yeah,
That was at the what was it?
That was the Sky Zone.
Sky Zone.
And I tore my my plantar fascia ligament. Just tore it.
I know. And it's, listen, you can't help but not be, hey, fun, yay.
Yeah, look at me. I'm in the air. Woo.
I'm in track. Oh, my God. I'm a cripple for life.
I couldn't get out of the pit. I
Yeah.
was trying to do a flip into
Really?
the pit.
Did they have to come and assist
no,
you out?
I got myself out. But first of all, even without any sort of torn ligaments, that pit's tough to get out of.
Yeah.
We have a friend of ours who was a large person who had to get lifted out of the pit. Didn't realize how difficult it was. And
Yes.
man, that's
Kidding.
embarrassing. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not easy to get out of that thing. Yeah.
Turned
I've
it into
never
a stand-up
been.
pit. Yeah.
All right, let me get a couple calls here. I'm going to go to Jason. Hi, Jason. You're on the air. Good morning.
Gadzooks.
Gadzooks, buddy. Welcome to Stacko Topics. Most embarrassing sport. Injured yourself.
Racquetball.
And what happened?
Went to hit the ball in the corner, completely missed the ball, and ran into the corner head first, knocked myself out.
You knocked yourself out.
Wow.
Is there any security footage of this, or is there any footage that exists at all?
Luckily, no.
Oh, man.
Racquetball was, it's in a confined space. It's walls.
I love it.
And you play off the walls. I used to love that game.
I was playing all the time when I was at
Thanks,
with
Jason.
DRE Preston in Garden City in New York. And there was a bunch of us that went out and played racquetball all the time. Friggin' loved it.
Yeah.
But then it just sort of petered out.
There's that great scene in the movie Splash.
Yeah.
It's John Candy and
Smoking.
Tom Hanks are playing. He's out smoking. He's like, you want a beer? He's got a cooler in the corner. And I thought he goes, how long have we been playing? He goes, about 5 minutes. He goes, oh, my God. Just about passes out.
They shared the story behind that. Maybe it's in the John Candy documentary that
Okay.
he went out drinking with Jack Nicholson the night before. So that was like, he
That
was
actually
really hungover.
Based on reality.
Yeah.
He wasn't
That's
even
fine.
acting.
Yeah.
I love it.
I remember hitting a racquetball, hitting the ball right into my father's face.
Oops.
Yeah, not good.
All right, let me go to Dan. Hi, Dan. You're on the air. Good morning, buddy.
Good morning, guys. First time, last time.
And
man,
last time. Sorry to hear that. All right.
All in one.
Your injury and the sport, you did it.
So my younger brother and I love to play wiffle ball.
Yeah.
So I partially tore my rotator cuff throwing a riser wiffle ball.
So the wiffle ball, which is the effete son of the hard ball. It's anyone can
Correct.
play wiffle ball.
Absolutely.
And you got the
Anyone
kind
can
of
play
injury.
wiffle ball.
Yeah, you got the kind of injury associated with like a major league pitcher. It's just-
Correct.
yeah.
Correct. But
But-
I also played baseball in like a men's league.
Yeah.
And it affected that. My arm, I had a decent arm. After that, I couldn't break glass.
Wow.
I tore my rotator cuff playing wiffle ball.
I wonder if the case is, Dan, that it was because it was light that you overthrew. If you know what I'm saying.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if you throw a riser, you got to go down deep and
Right.
throw up
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
have the ball rise.
Yep.
And it was just like a ting.
It was too much. And you knew it immediately?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
man. You poor soul.
And that's
All
when
right.
your mind
Thanks,
starts
buddy.
racing. I was fighting off a cougar.
Listen. When last time we were at spring training, we had Brandon Marsh come by, and we wanted to have him help us break the Munchkin record that we are going to try to break yet again coming up the blood drive. And we were going to, since he's an outfielder, he can throw the ball a mile.
Yeah.
All right, so we were going to have him throw the Munchkins as we were really trying to get some distance and see how we could do. The Phillies would not allow him to do it because the Munchkin is so light, as opposed to a baseball.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, well, we'll shorten it. We won't,
yeah.
we're not going to get ridiculous. But they were like, we're talking about
It's a multi-million-dollar investment.
invested
Well, listen.
individual, and they would not allow it.
Well, how did you get injured? Well, I was throwing a Munchkin.
It was a good call on their part. I mean, I think he's leading the league in batting average right now. So
Doing
you know, it's
phenomenally
probably
well.
a good call.
Things are working all right for Brandon. So, all right, let me go to Bob. Hey, Bob. Good morning, sir.
Hogan's app.
How can she slap?
Wait, I got it.
I thought he said Hogan's these app, and I'm like, let me think about that. for a
Hogan's
minute.
these app.
Hogan's these app. Okay, well, with that, Bob, how'd you hurt yourself, brother?
It's Bob Jones, the golfer, and I know Preston's a golfer.
Yes.
All right.
So this is like 10 years ago, the beginning of the season, like beginning of May. So a friend of mine, my son and myself and a friend of mine and his son, we went to hit golf balls at a range, but we were hitting off mats, not the grass area wasn't open.
Yep.
So I start out my pitching wedge, hit like 10 of those, everything's fine. I pull out my 7-iron, hit a few of those, and the next 7-iron it would have been a fat shot. I hit behind the ball.
Yeah.
Where the grass would give, but the driving range mat doesn't give.
Mm-hmm.
So I use an overlapping grip, so it jarred my right hand off the club. And at that point, I can't stop my follow-through. So on my follow-through, I felt something in my right elbow area snap.
Okay.
And it turns out I pulled my bicep tendon off the bone.
You ripped your bicep tendon.
Oh my God!
Which, by the way, when that happens, it rolls up like a window shade.
So mine it only went up a little bit.
Okay.
So it wasn't that painful, believe it or not. And as it turns out, from the orthopedic surgeon I went to, I had to have surgery.
Jeez.
He said that tendons don't have any nerves in them.
Oh.
So I definitely could tell I did something.
Right.
And my friends said, my friends oh, you'll be fine. Hit some more balls. I'm like, listen, I did something bad. I don't know exactly what I did. As it turns out, I had to have surgery.
Wow.
And it was about a
go ahead, hit some more balls.
My brother-in-law, my actual brother, not my brother-in-law, my younger brother Tom, a police officer for many years, and he was grabbing somebody, and his bicep muscle tore, and it rolled up like a window shade. Yeah.
And wait a minute, your name is Bobby Jones?
It is. And I was a Mizuno golf rep for 2 years.
Nice job, Bob. All right, thanks for joining us, bud. We appreciate it, man.
So we have a friend of ours who is a narcotics officer, Philadelphia Police Department,
right.
And they were doing a police raid, and they had they use that battering ram to batter down the door, right? So this is like this badass thing, and so he goes to step over a little bit of the broken door jamb, and kind of tripped on some wood and grabbed the door jamb to break his fall and tore his shoulder. Tore his road.
Not the battering ram. Just simply walking through a door.
No tussling like that. No, he tripped over a piece of wood.
Oh, my God. All right, one more call, and then we'll move on to another topic. But embarrassing sport, you have to admit that you injured yourself playing. I'm going to go to Kate. Hi, Kate. Good morning.
Hey, guys. Gadzooks, how are you?
Gadzooks, we're doing good. What is your story you wanted to share?
So I was a freshman in college at the time, and they were doing these breakout, meet peers in your group kind of a deal. Mm-hmm. And they took us to a laser tag place. We were all playing, hanging out. And my index finger got pinned between the gun and a wall when a kid ran into me in the laser tag place.
Yeah.
And I broke my index finger my freshman year of college.
You broke your index finger playing laser tag.
Yes, it was insane. Everybody's like, no, Kate, you're fine. I'm like, guys, it's swelling. I really think I should go get checked out. This isn't supposed to look like this.
That's when you change the story. Somebody asked you how you hurt yourself. He was like, well, I was in a firefight.
Yeah. With aliens.
Yeah. I can't share all the details, but that's what happened. Laser tag. Oh, my God.
That was all the rage for quite a while.
Yeah, thanks, Kate. I appreciate it.
Is there still?
I think Arnold still has a laser tag, and we will be there a week from tomorrow.
I thought it was fun.
Right next door. Laser tag can be fun. Yeah, I haven't done that in a long time. But you know what? I won't do it now.
Yeah.
I'll hurt my knee. I'll hurt my knee.
What you've done, and what you eventually end up doing in life is you pick the things you want to have your body ready for, what you can do. So anything that could cause any sort of issue with golf is out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, some texts that came in. I want to make sure I acknowledge these. This one says, I was throwing darts, missed a few shots, got mad, threw the last dart, dislocated my shoulder. This one says, I threw out my back teaching my daughter how to jump rope. I was out of work for 6 weeks because of that. Somebody says, I knew someone who got a concussion from hitting her head on the wall while doing a turn in swimming. Casey, does that happen from time to time?
Maybe. I've never done that, and I've done thousands of flip turns. But, I mean, you're supposed to be...
Well, if you misjudge, right, you can hit it.
Yeah, but, you're not supposed to be that close to the wall. I would say 3 feet away from the wall is the closest. Yeah.
Another one says, I broke my toe playing hide and seek.
Maybe if you were doing like a backstroke flip turn, which I don't do backstroke all that much. So,
Okay.
all right.
Hide and seek injuries.
Yeah.
Here's one. My brother does a charity kickball tournament annually. At least one person from our family tears an ACL each year. 5 years, going strong. Another one says, my dad broke his elbow curling. Didn't want to admit it, so he kept drinking beers and finally went to the ER 6 hours later.
Well, you remember, listen, we were playing dodgeball at the time, but I still have my pinky bend from that dodgeball.
Here's another one that says, I have a 40-something coworker, blew out both knees playing kickball. Another one says, I pulled a muscle in my neck singing Higher by Creed. It's not a sport, but yeah, I get you. Let me see. Somebody says, not pickleball related, but I pull a muscle in a butt cheek bowling all the time. Another one says, my wife broke her hip bowling. Her slide foot didn't slide. She slammed down on her knees and fractured the socket of her hip. Wow. And
Dude,
wow.
we are fragile.
There's a ton of these. There are tons and tons of these. Oh, Jackie's girlfriend, Brittany, checking in, says, I tore my knee and calf 2 weeks before the Mummers Parade while practicing my routine with Jackie and still beat him. Yay! Nice. And then one last one. I broke my nose sitting behind a stickball batter one time. I assume the bat hit him in the face.
Listen, I used to catch in softball, and I went and bought a mask. People made fun of me for it. I was like, dude, this is bar league softball. I'm not losing teeth or breaking a nose for this nonsense. It's silly.
All right, one last one, and then we'll move on. It says, I was attempting to speed walk while clenching my butt cheeks, and I dislocated my hip.
That is
wow.
great. Did you ever injure? Because you guys were all in on the Nerf stuff for a while.
Yeah.
Did you ever incur an injury with that stuff?
Luckily, no.
Okay.
I don't remember anything like that happen, but yeah, we had a full arsenal of the Nerf guns. All right, well, that was a good
man.
topic.
There we go.
Stacko
You want to take another swing at it?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever picked one.
Here's a random topic.
All right, let me try one. Steve, you did a great job.
Pick a card, any card.
All right, I'm going to go up here and let's see. Well, okay. What questionable fashion trend do you wish would make a comeback?
What questionable fashion trend?
So I'll give you an example of hair, because obviously the mullet thing has been kind of brewing
Right.
for a little while.
It's
It
back.
has not made a full comeback. Not the way it was when it initially hit, because it was every guy.
It was almost
every
It was
guy
almost default.
had them. And yeah, it was kind of just the default man haircut.
It was the look.
But that's had little pop-ups here and there. I just ordered, and you know what? Maybe I'll wear it tomorrow. I ordered. There is a. It was an Instagram buy. It's called Oxknit. They're shirts.
Oh,
They're cotton knit shirts, and they have a retro like 70s, late 60s, early 70s look about them. Steve,
I'm familiar with the brand.
I love them.
But I don't. They have a design on them.
Yeah.
Or just the way. Okay.
Yeah. They have tons of different designs. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And so
they,
I bought one of these. I got it in the mail yesterday. I'll wear it tomorrow. And it's kind of, as much as I hated this 60s and 70s kind of look, I kind of find myself gravitating towards it a little bit now.
You know what I love? I love actually
Stop
the
right
old,
there.
the actual bowling shirt design.
Yeah,
That's the one. That's the one I would have gotten. You know what that is?
I'll wear it
You know
tomorrow.
who wore those constantly? Charlie Sheen on 2.5 Men.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's not a bowling shirt per se because it doesn't button all the way down the front. I don't like Hawaiian shirts and bowling shirts. They just don't look right on me. This is more of a polo shirt. So I don't think I'd like to see that look fully come back, or at least not the this. I wouldn't want to make this a comeback, but if you look at like the mid 1970s and early 1970s, the pants that people wore, pattern pants, plaid, stripes, pastel. Paisleys.
Do you know
all
what's a
that
perfect
stuff is
example?
just hideous.
You've seen the Liberace video that's making the rounds on social media of him singing "Feeling Groovy."
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's exactly that.
So my buddy Will turned me on to going back and watching old Lawrence Welk videos.
They're the best.
Of the production numbers they would do. And he showed me one the other day of, do you remember the song One Toke Over the Line, Sweet Jesus?
Yes.
And it's these pasty white people walking around in these horrible clothes. One toke over the line, sweet
With
Jesus.
crew cuts?
One toke over the line. No, there was more. By that time, the hair had grown out a little bit.
And now here's a song about the Jesus and the two smoking pot.
Oh my God!
1 and the 2 and the 3.
If you want to have fun, go back and watch that stuff and the Brady Hour.
my God.
Stuff as well.
All right, so you know what I always found attractive are the 50s trends for females. I actually dig a nice 50s haircut and a nice 50s
A poodle skirt?
not skirt, full on dress like something that
Like a house dress?
like a house dress,
Like the way June Cleaver used to dress?
Yeah.
Like a trad wife thing.
Yeah, no.
How about
not
Reese
trad wife.
Witherspoon in Pleasantville?
Something like that, or Mrs. Maisel.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Donna Reed?
Yeah.
I liked the Mrs. Maisel era. That was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
A
And that
little bit
was
of glam.
That was late 50s, early 60s.
How did I look, Als?
Yeah. Hang on. Let me go to Joe. Hi, Joe. You are on the air. Good morning, sir.
Hey, how you doing today?
Good, buddy. What's up, man?
I kind of sort of wish George would come back.
Shorts.
They have. Didn't they make a resurgence, Marissa?
Jorts are in.
That's all I know. It's all I know is about 10 years ago there was a Facebook page called "Laughing at Guys Wearing Jean Shorts," and I was 400 pounds, so I didn't want to end up on it, and I threw away every single pair I had.
What is it about jorts that you love?
They were just comfortable and adorable.
Yeah.
Jorts also had a whole array of pockets, usable pockets.
Yep.
Which made them useful.
Yep, I agree. I don't hate jorts.
Cargo George Wood.
Cargo.
Cargos, yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of back. They're called Bermuda shorts. And
Well, Bermuda shorts are an entirely different thing.
yeah,
They
well,
show-
okay, so there's Bermuda shorts that are like you think of like cruise wear.
Yeah.
But Bermuda, so like that style of pant, but make it jeans.
I see.
And those are popular shorts. And they're really popular and they just don't look good on most people.
Do you know what I found out about George, though? You sweat like crazy in them. They didn't breathe at all.
You know what? A questionable fashion choice that I had in the late 80s was I liked clam diggers. Mm-hmm. Do you remember clam
Yeah,
diggers?
oh, yeah.
I liked wearing those, and they weren't necessarily, I have terrible fashion sense.
Dude, I
always have.
You know how I've kept the same fashion sense for decades. If you never stop wearing the same stuff,
Yeah.
it's always that.
Jeans and T-shirts.
Jeans and T-shirt, yeah. And I don't, because of our occupation, we're not really called upon to be fashion plates.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, I kind of love what's going on right now where like the idea is just comfort. You can wear sneakers everywhere.
Yeah.
T-shirts are in.
I like that too.
I was thinking about the 90s though, and that there's this resurgence of 90s clothes. And I have to be careful that I'm not trying to be like too trendy by buying things that are not meant for me. But imagine if like bucket hats and the Dr. Seuss hats came back. Remember those in the 90s when everybody wore?
I don't remember the Dr.
really
Seuss
tall?
hat. I remember
Like-
bucket hats.
Yes.
But like just a taller.
Like a cat in the hat?
Literally, Steve, a cat in the hat. I used to buy them on the boardwalk, and for at least 2 or 3 summers, they were very in. That and over plucking your eyebrows. I just, our friend.
Not an issue for me.
I know, Steve. Preston, our friend Stephen Lyford, focused on beer, posted photos from Dunkeldare when you and I did it, and it was 2010. My eyebrows are so skinny in that, and that was
Really?
only 15 years old. Oh my God, that was 15 years ago. Yeah, it explains.
So you like that look, or you think it should come back?
I mean, I've been growing in my eyebrows since, and they don't grow in that well. So if they came back, that'd be nice. I'd look better.
You know, to what you were saying, Casey, there's a couple of AI channels that are just all sort of they're meant to look like trailers from the 50s or like. So what they perceived the world of the future to be in the 50s, and they realize it.
Yeah.
And I do like that look that you're talking about.
Yeah.
That quasi. Betty Page would have been more 40s, but 40s and 50s, I guess. But that sort of look was,
kind of like with the Fantastic Four movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like that
sort of
too.
retro look.
Yeah. Let me go to another quick call here. We'll go to Steve. Hi, Steve. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, bud. All right. What questionable fashion trend do you wish would make a comeback?
I wish that the tube tops would come back.
Tube
tops.
Okay.
Did you wear them a lot?
When I was a kid, I worked at Thorney Park at the shooting gallery.
Yeah.
And when the young ladies would put the rifle up to do some shooting, I got to see a lot of really good shots.
I'm sure. Yeah,
Tube tops, halter
All right.
tops.
Thanks, Steve.
They're back.
Are they?
Yeah,
Okay.
that 90s stuff is back.
I was a half shirt wearer back in the day.
If you
I was a
watch-
teenager,
Dude,
mind you.
So listen,
You know,
I had maybe one or two, but if you look at like old Happy Days, they're all old. Actually, by the way, there's what's the current Happy Days that I'm delineating from.
Yeah.
But there was a character who was at the end of the run of the series, and this dude, Preston, Billy Warlock, was that his name? I don't know what his name was, but he always wore that half shirt all the time. That was his thing.
I wore a half shirt and sweatbands.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, on your
Yeah.
On my
On
wrist.
your wrist?
Okay. I never did the headband, but I would wear wrist
Half shirt,
sweatbands.
and would you wear obscenely high shorts?
I mean, just whatever. Yeah, at the time,
Yeah.
they were like basketball shorts or what they were called. Do you
Athletic
remember
socks
that?
pulled up to your knees.
So basketball shorts now come down
Yeah.
close to your knee, but they were way up high and tight back in the day. But I would wear that. That was my summertime outfit, by the way. A couple of other texts coming in. Let me see here. Another one said, "Hang on, where was that?" Parachute pants.
Parachute pants.
It said parachute pants, so comfy.
Well, you know what the thing with parachute pants is? You could ball them up into like a cup. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was so light
Yep, most definitely.
because they were parachutes.
Somebody says, go to a country music concert. You'll see lots of tube tops there. Yeah, you will. That's from Tucker, by the way. Okay. All right, want to do one more stack of topics?
Yeah.
All right.
Here's a random topic.
I'll have Casey pick because he's right next to me.
Already?
Unless, Marissa, you feel... You know what? Has Ryan ever... Yeah, we had
Ryan
you pick
Ryan
one.
pulled out a good one.
Yep, okay. Case.
All right.
Grab whatever you like.
Come on, man.
Let's see
Nothing on my
what
sleeve.
our next stack of topic
Pick
is.
me a winner.
On here? All right, here we go.
Pick me a winner, Bobby.
Do you take separate vacations from your significant other?
Ooh, okay.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't take a lot of vacations, but my wife goes on trips a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done it with my kids. I've taken them out, just the two of us together. But
I mean, you and I have gone golf trips and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, you just did one in March, essentially. I mean, it started with the Clearwater trip, but then you ended up, Rochelle didn't come down, right?
Nope.
Yeah,
nope.
yeah.
Stay down. My
Casey,
buddy Steve
yeah.
came down.
You've
Joe.
done it.
Yeah,
The Grand Canyon
I did
trips.
2 different Grand Canyon
Yeah.
trips, and then the other trip that I did, which was also Grand Canyon, Zion, and Bryce, I just did with my cousin. Yeah.
So I think the reason I wrote this down was like, how do you pitch that? You know, to your significant other of.
I don't like going on vacations with you.
Well, listen, I mean, for me in the Grand...
Oh, okay. I didn't think of. You know.
I think there's a time. But you know what? Because I would bet you that your significant other has probably thought periodically about taking a trip without you.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not a declaration of this is the end, buddy.
Yeah.
It's more like sometimes you just need a break.
Well, listen, I mean, just because you're married doesn't mean you all like the same things.
Yeah.
So my wife is not, restrictive in that sense. So, the Grand Canyon trip in particular, like, it was something I really wanted to do. She didn't want to take that away from me.
Yeah.
But also, like, the idea of camping by the riverside and
Crapping in a box.
crapping in a box.
Yeah.
Was not appealing to her.
Sure.
I mean, crapping in a box is not appealing to me. But
you can do that at home.
I can do that at home. But I really wanted to do that, and she was like, "Go ahead and go and do that." You know, so
just bring me back some.
yeah.
I think it's an easier pitch when it's based around like a activity, like a hobby or something like that. Like, Matt went on some gravel bike ride in the middle of Kansas, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Have fun, buddy."
Yeah,
You're exactly
Like,
right. Was he to go, if you say I'm going to Paris?
Ooh, I would be buying
what?
a ticket myself.
Yeah,
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 exactly.
yeah.
I mean, I kind of did it over this past weekend. I went to Orlando. But I was based around. I had intentions because of,
was
food
it was networking,
world.
though.
It was
Yeah,
networking.
yeah.
And then I happened to go to Epic World on
Yeah.
top of that. And that part of it, I kind of felt
But
really
like,
bad.
if he were going gravel biking in France, right? You would go with him and go, "Okay, you go do your gravel biking thing. I'm going to go see the Champs-Elysees."
It's actually funny because we've talked about potential Europe trips. And then he's like, "Oh, I can do this gravel bike ride during it." And I kind of like shrug and I'm like, "Ew, like that's not fun vacation. Like
Right,
that's
right.
taking
But for him,
2
it
different
is.
trips
Yeah.
while you're on the same trip."
Yeah. A couple of texts coming in. This one says, I go to Africa every year on a medical mission without my wife. Otherwise, no, they said. Another one said, I'm a teacher. My husband works all year round, so I vacation more without him than with him, sadly.
So that's my deal. I said to Claire years ago, because our schedule, we take vacations at the same time, and we have a more rigid time for obviously to be concerned about listening patterns and stuff like that. I said, don't be beholden to my schedule. Get out and go. She has this wanderlust, and so it works out well. I'm never. When we take trips together and vacations together, it's great. But I don't need to go to absolutely every place she's going.
Claire usually has a group of friends, so technically they're girls' trips, as you might call them.
They really
right?
are. She has different groups of friends that she travels well with. She's a very good person to travel with.
She has good travel buddies.
Yes, absolutely.
I've got a bunch of texts coming in that says I travel to different Renaissance fairs all over the country. But my partner doesn't like to travel, and is not as into them as I am. So I go alone, or I go with friends.
I got to get to a Renaissance fair.
Yeah, but so that's the thing. And I've met people who were like, my husband or my wife doesn't like to fly, so we don't go anywhere. And it's like, so their fear is keeping you from doing things? I'm like, that's not fair to the partner. You know what I mean? Whoever that partner is. So it's like, if you have hang-ups, your hang-ups don't need to be my hang-ups.
And I think if you're in a nurturing relationship, you should be able to say that. I'm sorry, hon. Yeah. I'm going to a place outside the country that you have to fly.
I remember somebody saying, my spouse, I want to go to France. Well, here you go. And then they just open up the web browser and they're like, here, look, this is everything that you need to see in France. It's
ew.
I know. Gross, right?
Ew.
Yeah.
Steve, I'll go to the Renaissance Fair with you anytime.
Yes.
Go though. Never loved the place.
Preston's a big fan, too.
Yeah, I haven't been in a few years. I got to go again.
Yeah, you need a sword.
But that's the only one I've ever been to.
Me too.
The Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair.
It's a good one.
I wouldn't mind seeing some other ones. Yeah, it's a great one.
Do you know what I miss? The swing. They do have rides.
Yeah.
So they have the
manual.
The manual rides.
Yeah.
And there's that kind of like pig thing you sit in.
Yep.
And it's a big swing. It's really cool.
There are people pushing you back and forth, and they'll spin it. So you have been there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And I love the weapons tent, and I love the all of the stuff, the gluttony. I love the buxomness. Yes.
Yeah. The turkey legs.
Turkey legs.
Always get one of those for sure. Hang on. Let me go to Lori real quick. Hi, Lori. Good morning. What's up? What's up, Lori?
Good morning, guys.
Good
This is
morning.
Crazy Turtle. I wanted to call in and say that my husband is an avid hunter. So 3 weeks out of the year, he will go around October, November out to Missouri hunting. And there was one year that I did the Dopey Challenge, Walt Disney World Marathon. And I went to Florida for a week without him. Just me and my son.
Okay. And so what is the Dopey Challenge?
It is you run a 5K, 10K, half marathon, and a full marathon back to back each day.
Oh, wow.
That sounds like a fun vacation.
Dopey was known as a runner.
My niece just did that.
Wow.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
fun. So you get up at the butt crack of dawn to do the race.
Yeah.
Everybody's still sleeping in the hotel. By the time we're done the race, then the park's open, and then we just go to the park for the whole day.
That's pretty well. So and what was he hunting on this 3-week excursion?
He goes hunting for deer.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right.
Does your husband know that they have deer right here in Pennsylvania?
More deer than any state in the union.
I was just going to ask.
You can go elk hunting somewhere else where we don't have an elk here.
They don't have the chicken range.
No, I live in New Jersey, and the deer that we have here down deep South Jersey are not as big as supposedly the ones out west.
All right.
Okay.
Do you know, by the way, that the coyotes here are larger than Western coyotes?
No.
Yes, they are.
East Coast coyotes.
They're really hip.
We have a coyote. We have a coyote as well, and a bear.
Oh, wow.
Oh, as a pet or what?
Yeah, I'm a pet.
Yeah, well, I guess you could call them pets. They're hanging on my wall.
Oh, so your husband killed them.
With my head's on the wall, and I got shot in the heart.
Wow. All right, thank you, Lori. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thanks.
I think it's important to have a little getaway of your own. Rochelle and I do that. She's definitely takes. She has a girls' trip that she does with her friend Julia. They go. It's become a yearly thing. I don't know how that happened, but apparently it's a yearly thing in January. So now me and my best friend Steve, who is Julia's husband, we go take a golf trip because it's like, you're going to do that? Well, we're going to go do this.
I mean, and it does happen if things are firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Claire was away last time. I missed her. She missed me. It's a good distance does lend enchantment, you know, and
makes the heart grow
breaks,
fonder.
yeah, it breaks you out of the out of the doldrums.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. Thank you for your contributions. We appreciate it, and it's time to wrap it up.
This is Stacko Topics.
There we go. I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, okay.
Because it says here's a random topic.
Oh, here's a random
and
topic.
We're done.
I gotcha. All right, this has been Stacko Topics. Thank you very much. We will take a break and come back in a second, and we will amaze you with stories of the bizarre when we return. Stay with us.
You know, and
is there a greater feeling in the world,
dude?
I mean, listen,
Just
I know
looking at it, like,
and people may mock and they say, "Oh, it just sounds like like it's like what has your life become?" When you lift those things that are just hanging over you, like, God, I got to get that closet done. I know it sounds stupid, but unless like the pride that of a well organized garage, it means
well,
something.
that's next on my list.
Yeah,
dude, a happiness is clean socks and underwear.
Clean socks and underwear.
When my underwear and sock drawers are full, I'm like,
and you don't get it. But let me tell you this: the members of Godsmack, their sock drawers are completely organized.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, so here's some things. This is likely things in your home that you could toss out or donate without a second thought. And if you find these things in your home, it's pretty safe to say goodbye to them. So here are the recommended things. And I think this is a good idea. Number one, holiday decor that you didn't use this season. This is the perfect time to reassess. If you have everything out right now, and then you have a bunch of other things that didn't make it out,
consider whether
you may want to consider donating those or getting rid of that.
Honestly, and it's not passing the litmus test. And you can also evolve your decorations.
Yeah.
So for the longest time, I thought the Coca-Cola polar bears were adorable, and there was a Coca-Cola had a whole line of things, and it was just cute. They never come out, so we donated them, and yes, it's a great time to cycle that stuff out. If it's not sitting out now, it's probably because you don't like it or don't use it or have no intent to use it.
We have had this a little bit smaller than life-size Santa Claus that, there's a button and it sings and all that stuff.
We have the same thing.
Okay.
It's great.
Well, its head fell off years ago, right?
Decappa-Claus.
And so...
Decappa-Claus.
Dude... so now I literally, in his one hand, I have him holding his own head, which I think is really, really funny. But
it's magical,
It is going in the trash tomorrow.
Yeah.
But for years, this thing, like, we would just kind of like place the head on top of it, and anytime you bumped it or whatever, the head would fall off.
I love that.
Dude,
but it's time to go.
You could bring it in here. It would actually work as a decoration here. Decappa-Claus.
Oh, man, that's just another step. It's just so much easier to put it out in the trash to me.
All right, here's another thing you need to assess: your camera roll. All right, that is arduous. That's a lot. If you have thousands and thousands of pictures, it's a lot of work. I told you guys about this earlier this year, late this past year, and I saw an interesting tip about how you can spend the next year going through your camera roll. There is a way to set this up. You can do a quick search online and find out how to do it, especially if you have an iPhone, that every day it will send you, it will alert you to all of the pictures you took on that day in your camera roll's history.
Right.
So if you think about how many pictures you've taken on one day, chances are it might be fairly manageable over the last, 15 years or whatever that you've been using your iPhone app or your Photos app.
Yeah.
And so if you have a reminder every day, maybe you can quickly go through and go, oh, my God, that's a picture of food.
Yeah.
What do I need that for?
I need that.
And delete. Yeah, I need that. Save that.
What a muffin.
But it might be a quick way to just clean out and get rid of over it's a year-long process, but you might completely clear things out and maybe save some more space on your phone or whatever it is.
The
I think
fear
it's a great idea.
of the shotgun method is that you're going to get rid of something you really wanted and kind of just bulk erase it.
Yeah.
So if you're taking it on a day-per-day basis, the likelihood of you doing that is a lot less.
And you'll come across something you're like, oh man, I love that. I forgot about that.
This is my favorite D-pick.
Similar to get rid of Facebook friends on their birthdays, it reminds you every day who people are. So if you go a whole year checking the birthdays, you can be like, unfriend you.
Right.
Okay.
All right, good idea, Preston. I don't need this picture of 3 pieces of pizza.
Right?
Like, what the freak is that doing in there?
Exactly.
All right.
All right. Any unused tech items, especially if it's outdated tech and things like that you just don't use anymore, it's a good time to assess that and get rid of that. Expired coupons, old gift cards, or just gift cards in general.
Yeah.
And get yourself a plan to start using those.
Listen,
and you probably got a fresh batch of them.
Yeah, if you haven't used them, if they haven't meant anything in a long time, that's for a reason. Get rid of them.
Yeah. Also, it says here dead batteries. If you have like a container of dead batteries. I told you guys about this a while back. I had heard that hardware stores will collect dead batteries and dispose of them properly.
Right.
So I had like a bag full of old, AA and AAA batteries.
Yeah.
And I go to my local hardware store, and I come showing up, and I brought this bag. I'm like, hey, I heard you guys will, dispose of these for me. And they were like, oh, okay, yeah. Well, we'll just throw them out with the rest of the stuff we normally throw away. And I'm like, you don't recycle or anything? They're like, no, we'll get rid of them for you. I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm. I could have done that.
I thought I was doing the right thing.
Hey, if you have a second, look at this picture of 3 pieces of pizza.
Yeah.
Rodney will take your dead batteries.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Number 6 on and I have these 10 things on this list. Number 6 is expired condiments in your fridge.
Ew.
If you have no, not condoms.
Oh.
I know that's what you're thinking. Condiments. Especially if you have several people, if you're a household.
So
you can go through and find stuff like, we will buy things for one recipe, something like, fish sauce or some very specific thing, and we'll make it and then forget to continue making stuff that uses that, and it goes bad, and I just need to clear stuff like that.
So we went with the ultimate situation with that. We had the kitchen completely redone, and that was a massive purge. And if it wasn't something we were currently or just recently used, it's out. So it's a wonderful thing. And you won't believe the amount of space you buy back.
Marissa, expired makeup and skincare is on this list as well.
Now, you use fish sauce for your skin, right?
Yeah, you're only supposed to use like things like mascara for like a year or so. That's probably the wrong amount of time. But sometimes you have palettes of eyeshadow for years, and like those are okay to keep.
Okay.
There's a list somewhere where you can follow along.
So to your guess, what cosmetic lasts the longest?
I think it's the amount of time that you use it.
Oh, I see.
So if you're using a mascara every day, it gets bacteria on it because you're constantly using it. If you're putting, eyeshadow palette and putting your brushes in it every day and not cleaning them. But if you're just using it for one color and then using it later, 6 months later, it has different bacteria levels.
But it says on here expired makeup and skincare. So I guess some of them do have a quote unquote shelf life. I mean, you could probably get away with, but maybe it's like a best used by date or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and some of them will like crumble. Like you think you've kept it for so long and then you touch it and it crumbles apart.
How did you look?
All right. Also, expired medications.
Yeah.
Some people don't realize that medicine goes bad over time. Even over the counter stuff. If you're buying ibuprofen or acetaminophen and stuff like that, they do have expiration dates on them.
Get
They
together
won't work
with our
as well.
neighbors and we'll do a potluck.
Medication. Everybody brings
thing.
medication.
Yeah.
All right.
And
what a great idea. Hey, I brought Xannies. They're about to go. They're only a month old.
Stool softener.
Yeah. Also, extra items in your shower that you may want to get rid of.
Like that toaster.
Yeah.
That half bottle of conditioner, the other one a soap.
God, Rochelle used to be a conditioner junkie. I remember at one point it was like 35 bottles. We have this shelf in our fridge. And one day I'm like, I'm going through this stuff. And I pulled it up and like 80% of it was conditioner.
Yeah.
She kept it in the fridge?
No. on the shelf in the shower. Did I say fridge?
Yeah.
Did you? I don't know.
Okay.
No, I just thought I thought maybe that's the way you would store it.
No.
No, we have empty bottles of like things in the shower
that just hang out.
That just hang out there.
Yeah.
Do they have the little bit of water in them that you put in because you
Some
think
do.
that soap's going to last one more time?
Yeah.
So that's something my shower is completely devoid of, which is conditioner.
Yeah, you don't need any of that.
I don't need any of that. But and again, when you declutter the bathroom, you know what I started doing? I started taking my toothbrush and everything, and I put it in the drawer at the top under this, so that my counter is completely clean. When I take stuff out and then put it back in.
Nice.
That'll last for a day.
So yeah, Marissa, I strangle soap, shampoo to the bitter end.
All the time.
And I do the water and shake it up and do the whole thing, trying to get every little bit out of it that I can.
And then the shampoo finishes before the conditioner.
Right.
So that you save a conditioner, and then if you buy it as a set, you put both of them in the shower, and then that's how you build up the conditioner.
So traditionally, both shampoo and conditioner is like just a dollop?
I use way more shampoo than I do conditioner.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Conditioner, you don't need that much.
Yeah, you're only supposed to use like a quarter or smaller, but sometimes you use more.
Do you use conditioner?
Not all the time.
I haven't done it in a long time.
You're more a Jerry Crow kind of guy.
No, like if anything, I'll do like
Soul
conditioner,
Glow.
like
Soul Glow.
maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks. But
Okay.
yeah, my hair's not long enough, you know?
Are you guys different products?
What do you mean?
Do you use like shampoo for your hair and soap for your body, or are you like all in ones?
Shampoo for my hair and beard.
I do the 3-in-1. It's Crew, so it's body wash and
fish sauce
and shampoo and conditioner all in one. So
And
I just
toothpaste.
use all of that and toothpaste.
Yeah, 4-in-1.
Yeah.
Face wash.
Yeah, it's just the worst toothpaste I've ever had.
So get rid of some extra items in your shower. And then the last thing it says here is canned goods you don't use.
I take them out of my shower all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's with this beans?
Probably in your pantry is where you're going to find that stuff.
Yeah, man. So we got, again, thanks, Mr. Contractor, help we do everything. And we had these cabinets, Preston, that were horrible, that we kept buying the same stuff over and over, not realizing we had it already in the cabinet. It's like, how long has this been in here?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So it's a good time to assess that stuff. Move the clutter
if you're going
out.
to pick a benchmark time to do it, why not now?
I would like to bring you into the world of our esteemed establishment known as the Just Saying Institute.
The Just Saying Institute, home of the Bird, Band, Avian, and Rock and Roll Museum.
The entire museum.
Yeah,
all
it's
the
all
bird
bird
bands.
bands.
All right, man, there's been some really interesting things that have occurred in the world of science. And I'm going to start with a fairly serious one here, which now listen, when you hear about discoveries that have not yet been fully tested, it can take a long, long time for things to actually pan out.
Yes.
But I always think that it's nice to have a kernel of hope. And a team of American scientists claim that they have done something miraculous. They have cured lab mice suffering from Alzheimer's disease.
Wow, really?
Cured. And the word cured is in parentheses here, and I'll explain in a moment.
They've made a lot of steps forward in slowing the progression and other things that they've been working on. There seems to be a good story popping up about Alzheimer's and dementia treatment every couple of months now. So they seem to be dancing all around this. So hopefully this is something.
Yeah, the researchers achieved this feat by administering the rodents with the powerful compound, which is known as P7C3A20, which they announced in a new paper in the journal Cell Reports Medicine. Scientists from Ohio's Case Western Reserve University Hospitals, and the Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA Medical Center undertook the study. Andrew A. Piper, who's the study's principal investigator, said the key takeaway is a message of hope. The effects of Alzheimer's disease may not be inevitably permanent. Like they're talking about reversal.
Reversing it, and I've heard this.
A cure for the toasty weather. Yes, it is a hot one. Would be an icy cold beverage. Tonight, there is a live broadcast. I know where you can get one. It's at Artillery Brewing in Drexel Hill. So Brent Porsche is doing a show live. Casey's going to be stopping by today. So 3 to 7 is the official time. And you're going to help raise money when you come by and, grab a brew or whatever you want to get there for Families Behind the Badge Children's Foundation. And this is in conjunction with the Bend and Tour Bike Tour, which is coming up on July 26th. And that'll benefit the Families Behind the Badge Children's Foundation. The 65-mile ride takes you across the Ben Franklin Bridge into Atlantic City. Of course, Casey and the team of WMMR riders. Awesome. The name of the team?
The Rock and Rollers.
The Rock and Rollers.
Yeah,
that's
and
it.
so I was talking with Mark and Jack from Families Behind the Badge Children's Foundation last week at the event. And so, unfortunately, if you guys recall, just a week and a half ago or so, Sergeant Yeager was killed in the line of duty.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, drove her car off the side of the road, responding to a call. She left behind I think 3 children and a husband, and so what Mark told me was that they had this these emergency funds, this emergency grant, and they were able to get up to the family and give them money for whatever they needed, right? Whether it be funeral costs or whatever, because sometimes the insurance doesn't get there right away. So, or even just, hey, why don't you guys get away for a week or so?
And it's a wonderful thing
they
to
had this
have.
emergency grant, and they were able to get there in days. And so that's one of the many things that Families Behind the Bash Children's Foundation does, in support of all first responders in the area.
All right, so today, stop by and see him. Artillery Brewing in Drexel Hill.
Yeah, buddy.
And stop by and say it's part of the Visit Delco live broadcast series with Brent and Casey. So it's happening today. Couple of shout-outs. I apologize. I completely missed yesterday a couple of them. And this one, there are a couple that I really wanted to get to, especially this one. This is, hey, guys, my name is Kyle. I want to request a shout out for my daughter, Layla, who will be graduating from North Penn High School on June 10th. That was yesterday. I meant to get it yesterday morning for you. He said 19 years ago, you guys gave me a shout out, pre-shout out days, when I was on my way to the hospital to have her. This is from Kylie, not Kyle, Kylie. And Layla was born with a heart defect that required 2 open heart surgeries and a heart transplant at just 13 months old. Yeah. She suffered many complications until eventually going into heart failure and getting her second transplant at 10. 1 year later, she became legally blind due to an infection. Despite everything she's been through, Layla has always remained positive, determined, and resilient. She is the strongest person I know, and I'm so proud of her. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank her 2 donors and their families for giving her the gift of life. I encourage everyone to sign up as an organ donor. So that is from Kylie Gross. And congratulations, Layla. What a life. And this is a huge, huge accomplishment for you. So congrats on the graduation. There's a big old juicy shout out for you. Missed this one yesterday as well. This is from Holly Artilio. She says, last year I sent an email to give my daughter Kelsey a big messy shout out as we were counting down the days until my first grandson, Lane Michael, arrived. Well, this is the follow-up. Please send a big shout out to my grandson, Lane Michael, who turns 1 on June 10th. Being his Nana has been one of the greatest joys of my life. He's a beautiful and happy little boy, loves food, and has the most amazing giggle. Kelsey still listens to your podcast every day, and I know hearing this will make her smile. So here's the shout out. And then one last one. Says, hey, sorry to bother you at work, Preston. I am writing to see if you can give my fiance, Ronnie, a shout out for his birthday. He's turning 29 on June 11th. Ronnie's been listening to the show since he was a kid. I was lucky enough for him to introduce me to the show when we met a few years ago. Although we now live in Central PA, outside of the WMMR range, he watches the YouTube stream every single day. You've given us more inside jokes than I thought possible. Love you guys. Thanks for all you do. That is from Sydney Klein.
That's great.
There's a show.
I love hearing stuff like that.
I realized there was one I missed from Julie Jerkoff. She wanted to get one today.
Isn't it Kirkhoff?
Yeah.
Forgive me.
Yeah.
It was Kirkhoff.
Julie Jerkoff.
Hang on.
Forgive me, Kirkhoff.
I actually have to search Jerkoff in my emails.
Jerkoff.
So many results.
And it doesn't come up.
Finger
Julie
blang.
Jerkoff.
Let me try.
Forgive me, Kirkhoff.
Yeah, here we go. Julie Jerkoff.
Yeah, but under jerk off.
No, this one that one says Julie Jerkoff missing. Damn it. Well, so one of the YouTubers has a birthday today.
All right.
I printed it up. I thought I printed it up, and I was going to say something.
Well, they
about
know.
it, so.
YouTube community. You send
they're
additional
probably
information.
Commenting right now.
Right.
Live stream.
What is Julie's real name? I've forgotten.
You know, it's funny. Every time you're out and she has to come up and she'll say, it's Julie Jerkoff. I'm like, oh, yeah.
I think it's Kirkhoff.
No, forgive me. Here's Julie Hancock. Wait, yeah, here it is.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Hi. It's just one. Why didn't Jerkoff come up when I searched that? All right, anyway. Hi, Presbo. Just wanted to ask for a quick birthday shout out Thursday, 6/11. Oh, it's Sap Sapio's birthday.
Sapio.
And for me, and for her, Julie Jerkoff. Happy to be able to share my birthday with such a cool dude. Hope you have a great day, Sappy, she says, and Julie, of course.
That's amazing.
So.
Sapio and Jerkoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like take off your pants and jacket.
Right.
Sapio and jerk off.
You know what? Can
Great
I do-
album.
Oh, never mind.
Can I do Nevermind?
I had a
You
happy
seem frustrated.
birthday thing. Remember?
I have one if you want.
Yeah.
Wait, where's
You had a
the
happy
one?
birthday thing?
Yeah.
Well, you guys look at it.
Okay.
Everything you just experienced, Preston, like people who work on like office and email like all day long and search for things, like that is just a common thing.
What?
Happy birthday to me.
There you go. Just searching a name, you're like, yeah, I had this email that I saw yesterday, and then you'd search it and it just doesn't come up.
Yeah.
It's what happens sometimes.
We've never done this before. I'd like to turn it into a thing.
Okay.
But I think, Press, you and we need to get with Zach and harmonize on this. But so this is just, what do they call that? Like, before you get into the studio and refine things, a rough cut or whatever.
A demo?
Scratch
a demo,
vocals?
yeah,
Demo?
yeah. So this is the demo version
Right.
of something I'd like to create for special birthday Shurtz.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, my God. I like that with the
Yeah.
trail up. Was that me?
No, it was me.
That was you, okay.
But
All
I
right.
think you and I harmonizing would.
Might be kind of nice.
Okay.
Yeah, it might
All
be
right.
kind of
Give you a
nice.
chance to hang out together,
Yeah.
too.
We'll
You've
work
grown
on that.
apart.
I know we have. All right, well, happy birthday and happy Shurtz all around. Let's do the B-file. Here we go.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Catch it?
I didn't.
Oh, man.
One of my
What happened?
clip that holds the bizarre files together, I unclipped it and it shot out from my fingers and thought I lost it. All right, anyhow, the B-file brought to you today by Sequoia Outback. And if your deck has more cracks in the Liberty Bell, then it is time to upgrade. You can update your backyard at Sequoia Outback so it will last the next 250 years. 309 in Hatfield and decksupplies.com. Wouldn't it, if your deck has more cracks than the Liberty Bell, wouldn't it have two cracks
It'd have
in it?
two.
Yeah, okay.
Two or more.
Just checking on that. All right, so fashion collectors with very deep pockets will have a chance to bid on what is being billed as the world's first handbag made from lab-grown Tyrannosaurus Rex collagen.
Whoa.
At an auction today in Paris.
Okay.
The bag was created through a collaboration involving researchers from Newcastle University, the Organoid Company, and Lab Grown Leather Limited, using collagen linked to T-Rex fossils reportedly discovered in the United States and transformed into bioengineered leather through a complex laboratory process.
The organoid is something that's come up before in your.
Has it?
Yes.
Okay.
I remember riffing on organoid.
Doesn't it make your pizza like really?
That's oregano.
Yeah.
Oh,
Auctioneer Alexandra Gichello called the piece of historic milestone in luxury design. And while project leader Che Conan had defended the science behind the creation amid skepticism about whether T-Rex derived leather is truly possible.
So is it technically Tyrannosaurus purse?
Yeah, if it reaches its highest estimate of almost $600,000.
Oh my God!
The prehistoric
Just for the
purse
bragging rights.
could become one of the most expensive and unusual fashion accessories ever sold. Marissa pulled up a picture of it. I think that looks pretty cool, Marissa.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's,
It looks alligator-ish.
yeah, what you'd think dinosaur skin, alligator skin kind of
Yeah.
looks like with different textures.
Interesting.
At least what we believe it looks like.
Right,
A
yeah.
saddlebag.
All right, a Cape Coral, Florida man was arrested for attempting to break into an occupied RV on his way to court to face charges from a prior burglary, and his explanation didn't do him any favors.
He's just multitasking.
Cape Coral. Officers called to the scene made contact with Devin Turner, who was dressed in women's leggings and a tank top and a small backpack. Body camera footage shows him telling the officer, and he goes, "It's going to sound crazy, but there's a story to it. Please don't judge. It's burglary." That's what the guy said.
Before you jump to conclusions,
Yeah.
this is from a theft.
He said it was that he was just looking for a shirt to wear to court.
Well, buddy, that was my original assumption.
Officers charged him in burglary of an occupied dwelling, and a search of his backpack also turned up 2.9 grams of methamphetamine.
What a day I'm having.
Another Florida story. A Deerfield Beach, Florida man managed to commit carjacking, French fry theft, and drug possession in one lunch break on Saturday.
Man.
Corey Coddington allegedly crashed his SUV into a tree. Then he stole the car of a woman who stopped to check on him. He then drove to a nearby Chick-fil-A where witnesses say he got out covered in blood, snatched a French fry from a child, and then demanded a milkshake.
Jesus.
When a bystander asked if he was okay, Coddington reportedly snapped and says, "Does it look like I'm okay?" Employees gave the child a free replacement order. Coddington was arrested at an adjacent gas station, and deputies also recovered more than 10 grams of MDMA in his backpack.
This is going to sound weird, but something tells me this guy would make a hell of a teacher.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, it's not every day that a public body of water closes after everything in it dies. San Carlos Lake, one of the largest lakes in Arizona and a popular fishing destination located about 125 miles southeast of Phoenix, has been closed until further notice after all of its fish died.
Wow.
The San Carlos Recreation and Wildlife Department said drought conditions combined with water released from the dam were responsible for killing every fish in the lake.
On the plus side, it's never been a better time for fishing.
Yeah, we had a story the other day where they called off, they ended the limits on some lakes because everything is going to die. Yeah. They can tell, so you got to get in there and fish it out now. The rotting carcasses pose health and safety risks to anyone who enters the water or attempts to fish, and officials are urging visitors to stay away entirely. The lake typically holds state records for largemouth bass, black crappie, bluegill, channel catfish, and flathead catfish, and is also stocked year-round with brown and rainbow trout. No timeline for restocking or reopening has been announced.
That is pretty wild.
Yeah, it's a lot. All right, and then we'll do one more story. The South Carolina Supreme Court ruled unanimously last month that results from penile, and I will try to pronounce this word correctly, plethysmography, a test that measures arousal by tracking tiny changes in penile circumference, are generally inadmissible in court because the method is too unreliable to justify keeping a sex offender locked up indefinitely.
I beg to differ. That's how I got out of a parking ticket.
The case involved Andy Hyman, who had...
Andy Hyman?
Yeah. Had finished his prison sentence for a second sex offense when the state sought to continue detaining him as a sexually violent predator. The state's own mental health office concluded that he didn't qualify, but prosecutors brought in a second expert who used the penile test to argue that he posed a heightened risk. A jury agreed in 22-minute sentencing Hyman to indefinite civil commitment. The Supreme Court reversed that, noting that there are at least 17 unresolved variables between labs and how the test is administered, that there is no standardized cutoff for what counts as a positive result, and that the test has error rates as high as 20%. So,
yeah, it seems like they're using this as something to muddy up the waters.
I had never heard of that.
No, neither have I.
Test before. All right, and there you go. That is what is in your bizarre file this morning. We're going to take a break. A little bit later on, we're going to have a guy. If you're a fan of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you got to stick around for our next guest. Marshall Schurtz is his name, and he is head of Always Sunny Tour on Instagram, and he knows everything about the show and can show you around town where all the locations are.
Yeah, and I did my checking. He's actually an archaeologist with a degree.
We'll talk to him this morning. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
You've mentioned that talk about the reversal. Now, how does one meter Alzheimer's in a mouse?
Yeah, really.
Do they not recognize family members?
I can give you the rundown of it. It's a lengthy article, but the damaged brain, he says, can, under some conditions, repair itself and regain function. That's incredible. I just think of preventative, as opposed to reversing it.
So my mother-in-law passed away from Alzheimer's. She was later on when she got it, but it's something that sort of looms because there's it can be a family component. And there's all these things. One of the spots earlier, Preston, for and I wanted to mention it to you in passing, brought up about hearing aids and that the ability to hear can impact you. Have you heard this in one of the spots we play? It's for the company.
No.
Yeah, and that can have a significant sway over whether you are susceptible to Alzheimer's or not.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I'm half-ass quoting it, but it caught me off guard. Is that really something?
That's interesting because I just learned that hearing aids are not covered by most insurance.
Okay.
Which just seems crazy because they're very expensive.
Yeah.
And if it
some
does
people-
have medical
Do you know what?
implications
They're
like
less
this.
expensive now than they've like. There are so many companies that are making them and that are making them like you could just go in and,
interesting.
My dad, before he passed, had purchased kind of these general that he loved that were great.
Costco has a hearing aid
Oh, really?
section, believe it or not. Yeah, and a whole where you can go in and get tested. And have, I took my dad in there when he was living with us for a little while to get his hearing aids fixed and all that. So,
Well, Dad, if you're listening to this
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. This research is part of a growing wave of very promising lab studies that point to a tantalizing future where Alzheimer's and other neurological issues could be a thing of the past. Besides this P7C3A20 research, others have scored remarkable lab results using different compounds and treatments. So this has made normally cautious scientists so excited that they are making bold predictions. University of Edinburgh neuroscience professor Tara Spires-Jones said that this month she thinks that the scientists are closer than ever to a truly life-changing treatment in as little as 5 to 10 years.
You need stuff like this. I mean, this specifically robs you of when family members or people are dealing with this and someone ceases to recognize them. The whole Bruce Willis's thing, it's not exactly Alzheimer's,
it's aphasia, it's
right?
different,
But there is a similar aspect, and it robs the person. It's a horrifying thing.
So, regardless of the cause, previous research has suggested that Alzheimer's is a form of inflammation, and that means lessening or zeroing out inflammation in the brain could be key rather than managing symptoms. So, let me get to the whole the mouse thing. Yeah. So, for the study, the scientists focused on the impact of the crucial molecule called NAD+, or I'll call it NAD.
Yeah,
I know. Sounds like a ball, right?
Yeah.
It's a coenzyme important for driving cellular metabolism, which decreases as we age. Patients with Alzheimer's suffer from a significant decrease of NAD+ in the brain, and hence their brain cells have trouble maintaining normal functionality, staving off inflammation, canceling other physical hallmarks of the disease. The team took,
Go ahead.
Yeah, they took 2 types of mice, lab mice.
All right.
That have been genetically bred to be predisposed to Alzheimer's. So they know how to do that. Treatment successfully prevented them from developing the disease. But the big news was they injected the compound into another batch of lab mice who were suffering from a relatively advanced stage of Alzheimer's at 6 months of age. After getting injections, the mice completely recovered their cognitive ability, and their NAD+ levels were restored to homeostasis levels.
So
that's amazing.
That is amazing. So if the NAD levels are correct, do they even have to introduce the D's nuts?
No.
I don't think so.
No, as long as your NADs are good,
You
these
don't
nuts,
even have to worry
You don't
about
even
these
have to concern yourself with them. What's also good about this study is that P7C3A20 offers an alternative pathway to boosting NAD levels versus taking over the chemical precursors for NAD+, which can raise NAD+ to such toxic levels that people could develop cancer.
Don't want that.
Yeah.
That's where you would introduce the D's nuts.
So I thought that was pretty amazing.
No, listen, so much of just having hope, it really does help to have something to affix to. And I think this is very encouraging news. Chris Hemsworth has an issue with this, right?
Well, I think there's a family
history. And he found out that, he found out he's very predisposed to it. Yeah,
but I mean, listen, yes, this is encouraging, and I'm really happy. But then I also feel bad for the
people now.
that it's too late for.
I know,
them,
I know, and it is the sad nature of these things. But hope is hope.
Yep.
Yeah, so they want to obviously start human trials as they possibly can, but they obviously have to do more testing before you can find out if you can even try this stuff out.
I wonder if you can, could they talk to Rat Boy? Because that's kind of a happy medium.
Possibly.
Already
Eugene.
there.
Yeah.
Eugene.
That's from Rat Boy. So we'll have to wait and see. But listen, it's hope. It's good news. And when I see
Why
stories,
not good news?
When I see stories like this, like I got a birthday coming up,
yeah.
all right? And I'm like, oh my God. All right, 10 years, All right, would that be available for me when I eventually have Alzheimer's?
I have it all planned out. I'm going to keel over. We got a cure.
Yeah, the next day.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
The guy's going to step over my body on the floor and go, we can fix it.
It's like 10,000 spoons, but all you need is a knife.
Right.
All right, Steve, here's a text from somebody. It says, an audiologist here. There is a link between dementia and hearing loss. So dementia. Lack of hearing makes you withdraw from conversation and you lack mental stimulation. And that's a quick explanation of it.
There we go. Okay,
So
that makes
can happen.
sense.
Yeah, I could see that.
The less engaged, again, I've seen people in my life where I know when they took the classic retire, kind of disconnect from society and engagement, it seemed that their dementia accelerated.
And then here's a text that says, and yes, most insurance companies do not cover hearing aids, and it is criminal. So just a heads up, it can get expensive. All right, let's move over to orgasms.
Yes, love them.
All right, we go from...
And how are the mice doing with this?
They're...
Oh, man. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Well, this is mainly in females. So
female mice.
If you've ever found yourself in tears or cracking up during sex, even if nothing was especially funny or upsetting, it's not uncommon. Having sex...
Oh, she definitely got there. I can hear it.
I'm going to make you laugh so hard.
Oh, my God. You're possessed.
Oh, my God. Multiple laughters.
And then we need the screaming orgasm guy on the other side of that. Oh, my God. Oh, it's too funny. So having sex can be weird.
Wow, I'm gonna be like her.
It can
I'll
be
have what she's at. Yeah.
It can be weird, awkward, or embarrassing, and it turns out our reactions to it can be as well. New research suggests that headaches, crying, nosebleeds, or even hallucinations during or after an orgasm are totally normal responses for women.
Yes, it's funny. You always Just Saying Institute always seems to tap into things I just read articles about or whatever. I mean, I know we're pulling from the same pool of stuff, but it is a convulsive sort of thing.
Yeah,
and so you would imagine.
Yeah, and your body
that's why
releases
people have heart attacks,
all kinds of hormones, so. A new study from Northwestern University is the first one to look into how often and consistently women experience various responses and when they happen most often. And it finds that while these sensations tend to be rare, they are within the range of normal sexual response, even if they're surprising to the woman experiencing them. Dr. Lauren Stryker, a clinical professor at Northwestern University, says that women need to know that if they have uncontrollable peals of laughter every time they orgasm and nothing was funny, they're not alone. The study involved anonymous responses from 3,800 women, and 86 of them reported experiencing these responses. Overall, 61% had physical symptoms, 88% had emotional responses, and more than half felt more than one symptom. A third experienced a headache.
Yeah.
Almost a quarter had muscle weakness, and close to 20% reported foot pain or tingling.
So if your nose started to bleed, would you think you were in the upside down at that point?
Only 2% reported getting a nosebleed, by the way. So that was more on the rare
I would
side.
think I'd burst a blood vessel or something if that happened.
Yeah. Laughter was fairly common, as 40% experienced it.
Well, if something feels orgiastically good, that's why there's a correlation between tickle porn or tickle, that sort of thing, where people really want to be tickled into, submission.
And 4% had hallucinations. I'm sorry. I was thinking about something.
What?
Remember the one time we all made our orgasm faces here?
I forget.
There's a video. There's a Daily Rush video somewhere, Steve, and I think it might be a screen cap of you, and you're just like, this grimace on your
I would
face.
never want to see my face.
How about that, man? Would you? The next time you're taking care of yourself, have your phone nearby.
I'll stream it live.
Take a quick video.
Marissa's got the it's on our YouTube page.
It's
Daily Rush.
It's an old videos from 12 years ago.
Man,
I think I had purposely paid attention to when I was taking care of my own business as to what my face contorted into. I didn't look at myself while I was doing that, but anyhow, try that out at home today. The most common response, though, from the women that were surveyed about this was crying, actually. 63% said that they had, and another 43% say that they felt the urge to do so.
A flood of
emotion,
hormones.
There's a happy
Marissa,
cry.
not to get very personal, but have you ever had any of these?
Any odd reaction?
Dad, stop listening now. No. But I have had a partner that did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was with somebody who cried.
Really?
Yeah, it was weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like often or just one time?
Every time.
Every time.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
No
it wasn't like a sob, but it was like it was a whimper because it was probably like holding back from trying not to cry.
Okay, question. Did you ever talk to him about it or ask him?
No, it wasn't the type of relationship that I needed to.
All right.
I just can laugh about it on the radio so many years later.
No, I was just wondering if you got any insights from him about that.
It wasn't.
That's interesting.
I didn't need to talk to him that much.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
That's why you're married to someone else, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Only 17 of those who reported having any of these experienced them consistently, and 69% had them sometimes. So if you have a weird reaction like that, it's not necessarily, out of the ordinary, and just be aware.
What if you involuntarily evacuate your bowels?
You mean that doesn't happen to you guys too? Real quick, Steve and I would like to recap an event that we were a part of yesterday. We went to Live Casino and Hotel in Philadelphia for a official unveiling of this new expanded food court that they have. And we had a great time.
Yeah, man.
So many good people there. And thank you to our buddy Giuseppe Polizzi, who is the man behind Lorenzo and Sons, because they have expanded Lorenzo's in that location and made it much, much bigger. And so we were there to help officially open this up to the public. And we had a ceremonial pizza cutting instead of a ribbon cutting. And it was great because there were so many cool and legendary people there, man. The Taramini brothers were there.
Those guys are so freaking nice, tremendously nice. And obviously their setup is, you can just get lost in all the stuff they have to offer.
Yeah, and the stuff is so good. Did you have any of the chocolate covered banana?
No, I stayed away. I brought it home. Yes, we'll bring. I have some in the fridge, so I'll bring in. But they had that. There was a red velvet cake. They had with lobster tails, and all these other things that are just a whole other level. But amazing.
The banana. So it's a banana that's cut in half lengthwise. All right, so it's a half a banana. They put it on top of some kind of cookie thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's like a raspberry sauce, and then they cover it in a dark chocolate, and then they chill it, and it's out of this world.
It was actually calling to me while I was asleep on the refrigerator, like whispering my name. But no, so nice, and obviously Lorenzo's is now much longer. They were just a little part of that section there. They kind of changed everything around, but what they really did, as you pointed out yesterday, Preston, we were asked to speak prior to cutting the pizza as part of the ceremony, that you have basically, this is Philly. It's all Philly. All the places you want to go to,
that, man.
right in one area.
Yeah, because it's also Gino's.
Yeah.
And Gino from Gino's was there.
Terrific guy.
And we had South Philly Barbacoa is there, and Chef Christina Martinez, who is just a sweetheart.
She's fantastic.
Was there as well. So we had all these amazing people behind all this great food.
By the way, did he mention that it's actually the 60th birthday of Gino's, I believe. Yeah,
no kidding.
Yeah.
And Termini's is like over 100 years old.
Yeah.
And those guys were great, by the way, from Taramini's. They were telling us, and I've forgotten that,
completely.
They were here by the studio the day that Pierre, that we found out he had passed away.
Yep. They were in the studio.
They brought by a bunch of great stuff for us that morning, and we were talking about pastries and the legendary history of Termini Brothers, and they said, yeah, you know what, we were there the day Pierre died, and we're like, oh my God. because we forgot everything after we got word about Pierre passing of that day, and they were blown away by it.
Yeah, they were
obviously.
describing it.
They're like, we just looked at his studio.
Exactly.
That day.
Exactly. Yeah.
But we had a great time yesterday. A lot of wonderful people that were there, and by the way, you can enter. You don't have to go into the casino to get the food. There's an outside
I didn't know
entrance.
that.
Yeah, and then they have security outside of the food court if you want to go into the casino itself. So even if you're not 21, or if you just want to pop in and grab something real quick, you can come in off the street and get one of these legendary Philadelphia cuisines.
Were they telling us that are they open?
On the weekends, Termini's is open 24 hours.
What?
Termini Brothers? You
Yes.
can get,
Yes.
you can get cannolis at like
Yes.
2 in the morning?
In fact,
Exactly.
They were
Whoa.
joking about that. If that's something you want to do, you can do that.
Yep.
By the way, some people say Termini, some people say Termini. I think you can't go wrong either way.
All right.
I personally say Termini Brothers, but
All
that's
right.
just the first way I had ever heard it. But like I heard people over in the sales office calling it Termini. Because there was a whole bunch of Termini.
Well, they're Ternici.
Yeah, they should change their name.
Ternici, yeah,
Brothers.
not Termini.
Are you starting to say there was Termini Brothers across the hallway? Nobody told us?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
All right,
Happens all
but
the
Somebody
time.
share with us.
we had a great time yesterday, and everybody was really cool. And you can stop by there yourself and experience it as well. So,
Good stuff.
yeah, most definitely. So I'm pulling this out of nowhere, but I stumbled across this. It was I don't know where the hell I got this, but it was the Would You Rather thing. We did a travel Would You Rather the other day.
Yes, it was actually pretty informative.
I never really did like that game when it first came out. Would you rather? And you remember you were supposed to drink if you did or no,
Oh.
that was not Would You Rather. What was that?
That was,
Have you ever?
Never have I ever.
Never have I ever.
Yes.
That was it.
And if
Okay.
you're basically saying yes if you took the drink.
yeah,
Yes.
it got old
Right,
for
right,
me
right.
very, very quickly.
My son always plays the game, What Would You Do? What
would you do?
And he brings up this crazy scenario, and it was, I'm so sorry. So sorry, Preston, because
No, I want to hear about it.
But we were going out to dinner last night, and as we were walking in, my son is almost 19 years old. He goes, Dad, what would you do? And then he's like, what would you do if my nephew was standing on top of that roof? And I just looked at my daughter, because we just get such a kick out of it, because he's been doing this since he was like 4 years old.
Okay.
And he's 19 almost
So
now.
what explain the question he asked.
He'll be like,
What would you do if my nephew was standing on the roof?
If Emerson was standing on
How
the
old
roof,
is the nephew?
He's like 12 years old. Actually, it might have been Eric, but it doesn't matter. Like,
Okay.
But he'll be like, what would you do if we walked into that store right now and there was a tiger sitting in the lobby? And I'd be like, I would turn and walk the other way. I don't know. I don't really know how to answer your question, bro.
Is it more turned into like a joke thing now?
It's always
or-
been a joke thing. It's
Okay.
always been this outlandish, like, why would my nephew be standing on the roof of this building right now? But, I don't know why he does it, but he does it. It's his thing.
Well, then I have to punch you in the mouth.
And me and my daughter get such a kick out of it. We're like, okay, here's the what would you do again? All right.
All right. Well, this one is more like a relationship thing to play with friends. These are questions to ask, and there were a couple of interesting ones on here that I thought were worth playing around with.
I agree with you. I'm on the fence with a lot of these things, but relationships. Let's hear it.
Yeah. So here, I'll throw this one at you. Would you rather have insane chemistry with someone emotionally unavailable, or average chemistry with someone who is obsessed with you? Insane chemistry with someone emotionally unavailable, or average chemistry with someone who is obsessed with you. Man, that's a really
Obsessed
I don't
to
know.
the level of the movie Obsession.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't think to like dangerous obsession, but someone who is just over the moon about you. But you just have average. You're just okay with them.
I'd go with the latter, I guess.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think it would be hard to have.
It'd be ultimately frustrating to not be able to reach or you mean nothing to this person.
But it sounds like you're. But in the segment, it sounds like you're the emotionally unavailable one. So
Yeah.
It's not specified though.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
I mean that's what I.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Average chemistry,
Yeah.
not emotionally unavailable. I don't know, but I think it would be the second one.
Yeah.
for me as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I guess so. When you first said it, I kind of thought neither one of them.
Yeah.
But I guess the second.
They always put you
in a corner where
Yeah.
you've got to make a decision.
And nobody
you know?
puts Marissa in a corner.
When you softened it to say somebody who just like really like fawns over you, really wants to do everything for you, then I'll take the second
It's
one.
like it's nice to be loved and to be respected, and also they fancy you, so to speak, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't want someone to be totally removed.
I'm gonna go with the latter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. How about this one? Would you rather accidentally send a flirty text to your boss or your ex?
Boss.
Yeah, boss. Yeah.
Boss. What is this?
And we got to ask Ryan too, of course.
Our boss, but if you have like a not a great relationship with your boss like we do, then maybe your ex.
Yeah. So if it's we have a unique relationship with our boss. It's very casual. It's very easy. And Chuck would probably find it funny if we sent that over. But if you had a stereotypical boss, one that is in charge and is, rules.
Sure.
That might be tough to explain.
But I mean, if you're basically you're going where you don't want to go, it's an ex, and it depends how flirty is. If we're talking about the shocker,
right.
Okay.
If it would be harder to come back from a serious boss and maybe potentially damage your career if you did that, yet an ex, you can just say, look, here's what happened. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Don't take this the wrong way.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Let me pose this question to you guys. It's the same exact question, but it is your boss, because we've all had the same boss. So your boss at your last job before we all started working together. All right. So because it's I think it's easy for us to answer this question because Chuck's our boss right now. You know what I mean?
Any of the bosses to send an accidental, you're opening up the proverbial can of worms if you do that. Whereas you can simply say to your boss, I think anyone would understand. I was sending that to this
My
person,
ex-girlfriend.
whatever, and it just paths got crossed.
Yeah.
Where it gets really awkward is if your boss is somebody who's related to you. In the case of me sending a flirty text and it went to my mother instead. So there's always that aspect as well.
How did you explain that to Mom?
It was not meant for you, and she got a big kick out of it.
Yeah, Mom, I really don't want to snort coke off your ass.
Yeah. Although you and your mom definitely talk to each other a lot differently than most sons and moms.
Yeah. My mother and I are very close. I mean, because we do work together. My family owns a restaurant, so we get to be with each other all the time.
That's so cool that you have that relationship.
Yeah, I mean, but it can lead to, those kind of text messages being like, I know who exactly this was for. Good for you.
Yeah.
You occasionally get turned on.
Yeah, 100%.
I talk to my kids in a way that is not. I think it's less traditional. You know what I mean? Not like that. I will go there in some place, and sometimes maybe even embarrass my kids a little bit.
So I think things incrementally move along. My dad would have been the anomaly, in the way he communicated with us. We're a lot more open and free. My mom would give a knowing sort of, guys, and so we were a little bit more relaxed. But yeah, I think that's kind of a wonderful dynamic if you could be that way.
Well, listen, I had to be a different version of myself in front of my parents, and I never wanted that for my kids. Like I couldn't talk about things and, the same way I would. And listen, there's definitely a respect level that you need to have for your parents. But I think your parents are the ones who draw that line of like, this is where the respect level is. And unfortunately for them, I was not the same type of person when they were around, And so, like, for instance, yesterday, me and my oldest daughter both sang the song Tease and Ass from a chorus line in front of each other,
Yeah.
And I would never sing that in front of my mom or daddy.
I don't have that type of relationship with my parents.
Yeah,
we do draw a line. And I did send a text like that to my dad. I was dating a guy named JT, and in my phone, my dad is JJ.
Okay. Oh boy!
Oh man!
How graphic!
Yeah.
I don't remember. It was a long time ago, and it usually takes my dad like 2 or 3 days to see a text message anyway. I can't remember.
My little girl's getting in touch with me.
Yeah.
What's she doing with her finger?
Oh my God. Wow.
All right.
Wait a minute. Let me double back a second for the texting your boss.
Yeah.
Somebody had texted in flirty text with Caroline Beasley, like the boss, the CEO of the company. That might change things a little bit.
You know what? Still not. I'd be fine picking up the phone with Caroline and saying, no, that wasn't meant for you. You know, because I think in this day and age, you'd be hard pressed to find the person who hasn't encountered an accidental text going somewhere it shouldn't go.
What if she got back to you and said if
All on.
If she said was that meant for someone else, and you responded with, what do you think?
Well, how do you feel about it?
Double down.
That was meant for Brian.
Was that classified as in the Would You Rather as an accidental or purposeful text? It was accidental?
Accidental, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, for sure. All right, there was another one. Let me see here. Okay. Would you rather be the hottest person in the room but have zero game, or average looking but dangerously good at flirting?
Second.
Me too.
Yeah, because that's, well, I'm not going to shower praise upon myself, but I probably fall more into that category. I've never been, the walk into the room and everyone's like, holy God. Right. But I've always been able to communicate and, talk to women. It's never been an issue.
Oh, you're good at flirting, though. It's different than just talking to women. Okay.
I think so.
I don't know, man. My buddy, he didn't have to flirt, and he got so much tail when we were younger. Like just women threw themselves, and so you didn't. When you don't even have to have the game, just because of the way you look.
Yeah, I don't know if it's game. I think it is just, well, maybe that modifies it.
I should tell you some stories from his let's say 18 to 23-year-old phase. I mean, he banged 2 girls at one party, not at the same time, and one girl, because we were of age at this point, she just simply came up to him and said, I have always wanted to thing.
Really?
And then they just went into another room.
Yeah.
And he went back out and partied. And then another girl came up and said, I've always wanted to. And boom.
I had a good looking friend that happened to.
Was this the guy who was paid by?
This is at Reed's. And I go, dude, where'd you go? Where have you been? I've been looking for you like an hour. He's like, I got a BJ in the parking lot. I'm like, what?
Like flippantly?
And he just looks at me and goes, bachelorette party, But he literally, a girl came up to him and said,
wow,
let's go outside.
No.
And he's just a good looking guy.
Yeah, not my life. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think the first one would be easier.
Right.
But it's fun to be able to have a conversation and talk to people, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Would you rather be the hottest person in the room or have with zero game, or average looking but dangerously good at flirting? Ryan, we're gonna have you weigh in on these two.
I am ugly and have no game.
You're not ugly.
That's all I needed. I was fishing for compliments.
Okay.
No, I would rather be average looking and have game, because that is, I think, having that kind of, chutzpah will take you far.
I think
agree.
that, and then you can port that into other aspects of life. It's not swagger; it's just being self-confident.
Yeah.
So I've always had a level of self, or at least it's grown over the years. But I mean, I wouldn't want to be the classic super good-looking. The trope of the person who has no idea. I just got back from the parking lot.
Mm-hmm. All right, here is another one. Let me see. I didn't highlight which ones that I really, really like. There's a bunch on here. Would you rather your ex reappear at every important life event, or your current crush always show up when you look your worst? So a crush meaning you're not in a relationship with them, somebody that you are interested in, and you just look horrible every time they show up.
Repeat the first one.
Would you rather your ex reappear at every important life event, or your current crush always show up when you look your worst?
The first one.
Technically, Matt is my ex, my husband.
Oh, really?
So the first one?
You can't use that. Come on.
You're always, every single one of these you have catered it to
Isn't that the point of this conversation?
No, in fact, you've created new scenarios.
Well, if I completely disassemble this.
Yeah.
You have several exes. I've met them, man. This is a good question.
So for example, you have a current crush. You're somebody who's, oh my God, maybe this can be something. I have a crush on this person.
Yeah.
And
I just
so
proved
that's
myself.
something active.
Yeah.
And you have an ex who's
all right.
Do you have a decision?
Yeah, if my ex was burnt rubber, I would absolutely choose my current crush showing up when you look your worst all the time.
I guess it's on a per person basis, right?
Let's say your worst ex.
Then the second.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. This is situational.
Right. Yeah, see, I want to take this like glass half full. I would do the crush when you look your worst because that's an opportunity. It's like, oh, well, maybe if they like me at my worst, here's an opportunity to further that, and
they won't.
Best.
No, but you know what? It's funny because we all get so crazy about, the perception of how people perceive us and what they see about us. And like, I can't go out looking like this. And how many times do you have to tell somebody legitimately you'll look fine?
Exactly. All the time.
All right, here's another one. By the way, the source of this is a website called Her Campus. So I think this is female, targeted. Would you rather have a voice note of your worst flirty attempt leaked or your search history read out loud at brunch?
Voice note of your worst flirty attempt or your search history, Preston?
I got to go with voice note. You don't need to see my search history.
No, you don't. Because in many countries, a good portion of it is illegal.
Is it illegal?
Yeah. I mean, I don't, I didn't even know you could do that with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I think that's there's a great, it was a great SNL bit where they were, again, invoking SNL again. They're sitting around and they play that game about, your Insta for you, your search, it'll kind of provide you options of things you've been looking for. And it's sort of a Rorschach test of what interests you.
Yeah, for sure.
And the women are all like, oh, mine's, frilly bows and this is wedding gowns. And the guys go, yeah. You guys going to play? No.
What about you guys?
Oh, I'm definitely going the flirty thingy.
Marissa?
Search history.
Search history for sure?
Yeah, I mean, I could read it right now. It's totally fine.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was opening up. I was like, well, I think what I have open now is like more work history.
Well, there you go. So you're parsing now. What about when you're late at night in your condo and you're...
Steve,
Marissa's not looking at anything embarrassing in any way, shape, or form. What about you, Ryan? What about you, Ryan?
I would take the incognito mode search history because incognito doesn't show up at her search history on that.
So you search on incognito mode.
Exactly.
Stop it.
But no, the voice notes, I mean, I would hate to hear that because your worst attempt is always, your drunkest.
Yeah.
So, to hear that sloppy self would be awful.
Okay.
I think I'd like to laugh at that.
All right.
All right. Yeah, here it is. I just looked it up on my phone. Amtrak train reservations, Miss Rachel's Pantry Dessert Chef 2026, Barcelona Sister Restaurant, American Express. I had to pay my bill. Philadelphia Eagles tickets. It's Major League movie Pedro Serrano. I couldn't remember Pedro Serrano's last name, and we were watching Kodachrome last night with Dennis Haysbert.
Okay.
It's
all right,
pretty easy.
I could see that for you, yeah.
So the three of us, we're all in agreement, though.
Oh, yeah. All right, here's another one. We got a break here in a moment. Would you rather your biggest what-if text... Wait, I'm sorry. Would you rather your biggest what-if text you at 2:47 a.m. or run into them when you look your absolute worst?
So I can see that this is geared towards the feminine thing. So repeat that one more time, Preston.
Yeah, I don't really understand this. Would you rather your biggest what if text you at 2:47 a.m.
Okay. What if what if we hooked up?
Like what if he texted you? What if it happened?
Yeah.
What if he texts you and it's 3 a.m?
Run into them when you look your absolute worst. That's a stupid one.
They're saying so your what if, that person that you have a what if, they text you at 2:45 or
I know.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. So what's the big deal about getting texted at 2:45?
That's usually
that you missed it.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's a sext.
Up?
Yeah.
It's an entree. It's an entree to sex. Correct?
Yeah, but But I don't understand the other comparison, which is run into them when you look your absolute worst.
I think it might be like you're missing the opportunity both ways because you're missing the opportunity to have sex with them if it's 2:45 in the morning and you're sleeping.
Yes.
Or you're missing the opportunity because you look your worst and you're not going to be able to hook up with them.
What about if they text you when you look your worst? That really doesn't matter, does it?
No, that doesn't matter either.
I think
Oh my God, I look terrible, and he's texting me.
I don't even care how it would look. So whichever one, I would most likely be able to.
My thing is
complete
always
the mission.
This is what I look like.
Yeah.
Now we need to move forward.
Yeah. this is what you get.
And I'm supposed to say this. I am not an animal.
Yeah. All right, that one's stupid.
Yeah.
All right, there's only one left. Would you rather get a late night come over text and regret it later, or never get it and always wonder?
Was that a late night comb over text? Is that what you said?
Come over.
Oh, okay.
Not
all right.
comb over. Would you rather get a late night come over text and regret it later, or never get it and always wonder?
I think you should have one of those in your life.
Yeah.
I
wish these questions were asked to me when I was single.
I think it's thinking back for us right now. It's thinking back to that time period.
So I'm 19 years old.
These questions
no
are
girlfriend.
I'd want to come over text.
Yeah.
Without question. And regret, I can deal with regret.
You've had a few.
I've had
still
a few, yeah.
Too few to mention.
Mm-hmm.
I think also that's how you learn things in life too. You know? So you have a kid now.
When you were in your single days, did you have a booty call person?
No. I mean, there was in college. There wasn't necessarily a booty call, but there was a girl that at the end of the night, it's like,
you wanna?
Yeah. Let's.
Yeah.
All right. Let's head on back to my room.
I had a booty call.
Yeah.
You both had made the pact.
She told me.
Yeah.
She's like, when she literally one time at a bar is like, whenever you want it, you can have it. And I was like, wow. And she also said no strings. Said those words, which I don't always believe. But she was right. She was legit.
She's not into bondage.
And it would be like 2:30 in the morning.
There you go.
Hey, what are you doing? She's like, I'm sleeping. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, all right, come on over.
Wow.
Get out.
Yeah, legit.
Wow.
And she'd write you an essay, a term paper?
That was a different one.
Did she ever come to your place instead?
Nope.
Well, that's listen. A gentleman.
She was legit on the offer.
A gentleman goes over to molest someone.
That's right.
Yeah.
To take advantage. No, she was. It was an open,
completely consensual,
absolute open offer. And I was like, all right, you're the one who offered this.
I've always been more relationship-ish.
Yeah.
Though I've had a couple of incidents, but never had I've had sort of a booty call scenario with the people I was with, but never.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know exactly.
But
what you're saying,
never
sure.
outside of that. Not a lot outside that.
Okay. All right, Ryan.
I'm more on the relationship side of it, but I've had the occasional booty call, and it's been one of those situations where you need to establish that right in the beginning.
Yes.
All right, I have to ask this, owing to the earlier conversation. Is it your mom?
It is.
Mom?
What you doing? You up?
That's my son.
Wow.
We're relaxed with each other.
I don't know.
It's very edible.
Marissa, do you care to answer the question?
Oh, I'm in the Preston world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had the booty call?
Yeah. One? I mean.
No, I mean, not the booty call, but you had like somebody who
It
was an easy.
Somebody's.
Yeah, sure.
Well, then let me ask the question. Who is the booty call and who is the booty caller? I mean,
the booty call is the person you call.
Right? Did it go both ways?
I think it went both ways.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
like it was just I just called the communication a booty call. I mean, whatever, you know.
So, but how often do you think with your booty call person, how often did that person call you and go, hey, you up?
Oh,
where you at?
Never.
Never.
Yeah.
Okay.
We went.
Okay, so she was the booty call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I hear I think of the recipient as the booty call. Right. Yeah.
But I think I've been on both sides.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you up?
You
Yeah,
up?
I'm up.
Yeah. Hey, what you doing?
Okay.
Who your daddy? Is he rich like me?
So this was from the source was her campus. So if you want to find these all these would you rather questions,
I think they're interesting.
Play them at home. You can certainly do that. Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, listen. Thanks for indulging.
Yeah, man.
We do need to take a break and come back in a moment because we do have a guest who will be joining us. And if you like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you got to be with us.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll be back in just a moment. Make sure you stay put.
That's how I got that face.
Let's talk.
All right, we'll go somewhere else. Now, Marissa can relate to this. It's something called time blindness.
Very.
Russell Barkley, a retired clinical neuropsychologist at the University of Massachusetts, is often credited with linking time impairment with people with ADHD or autism. In 1997, he called it temporal myopia. But recently, time blindness has sparked a social media debate. Where is the line between a genuine condition and someone who is disorganized or just plain rude?
Yeah, a lot of people use it, and everyone wants to jump on the latest syndrome and stuff and say that's why I'm late for work all the time is because I have this. But it's not. There is a definite clinical condition that is not what a lot of people think it is.
Time blindness is the inability to determine how long a task will take or conceptualize how much time has passed. It relates to executive function that occurs in the frontal lobes of the brain. It is a well-documented characteristic of many people with ADHD. And Stephanie Sarkis, a psychotherapist in Tampa Bay, Florida, said anyone can have issues with running late. Just with ADHD, there's functional impairment. And it impacts family life and social life. It impacts work, money management, all areas of life. Sarkis said if a person's chronic tardiness is 1 star in the constellation of symptoms, then it could be evidence of a treatable disorder. She cited research that stimulant medication prescribed for other ADHD symptoms, such as inattention or restlessness, is also effective at treating time blindness.
So yeah, you said ADHD is
might be
all right to part of this. I err on the other side. If I'm anything, I'm too early more often than not. But I'd prefer that. I think we both agree, Preston. Rather get to the airport way early than close to on time. I feel
like the airport.
I get too nervous.
The airport one is the only one where I'm like, okay, I want to be early.
I see you walk in like when we do movie screenings. You walk in like 2 minutes before the movie starts. I've been there for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, the airport thing.
Yeah.
And the reason that I don't mind getting there super early is, number one, fear of the major inconvenience that it would be to miss your flight.
Right.
And how many hoops you have to jump through. I am already going to be tired from this day.
Yeah.
And I don't need to add on several hours and complications and all that. So getting there early is totally worth it. Plus, there's stuff to do at the airport.
Right. Yeah.
Could pretend you're a spy.
Yeah. So for me, it's more of like this. You never know what the security check-in line is going to look like.
Yeah.
And I've been there where I've just walked right through, and then I've also been there where the line goes all the way down. No, the line goes all the way down. The corridor.
Yeah.
And so my fear is that I'm going to get there and it's going to be really, really crowded. Right. And Press, you're right. There are a ton of things that you can do, and also even if they're I can just sit in the terminal, play on my phone or whatever.
Yeah, see, I just have all of these things all together, and it's so terrible.
You're like right up. You'll right up to the last second.
Oh yeah, yes. And Steve, I'm self-diagnosed ADHD, and I see the videos on Instagram, and I watch them, and I relate with the person who thinks that something takes 4 minutes and it takes 27 minutes.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, one will come by and it'll be like, "Oh yeah, you had an event," and they're saying like, "Oh, I'll be 5 minutes late," and you're like, "That's okay. I've been here for 3 hours." That doesn't compute with me whatsoever.
So this is you then.
Whatsoever. Yeah. And
So-
on top of this, I also have I'm not motivated to do things until I have to do something else. Like when I had to pack for over vacation for a road trip, I decided that was when I wanted to hang up the clothes that had been sitting on my floor for a month.
I see.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Like it was the pressure to pack that was like, oh, you know what? I've been meaning to do this. I should do that now
you get
and distracted
productive
away from that.
You get productive under pressure.
Yeah.
And is it difficult for you to attach priority to something? Meaning, like let's say this: if you had to be somewhere at 6 p.m. and if you weren't there on time, you were going to lose your job. That kind of priority would motivate you to be there early.
I am so falsifying myself that I still think that I'm going to be on time, no matter what time I leave.
Okay.
I can convince myself that like I'm still leaving with enough time. Does that make sense?
But what I'm saying, but if a heightened priority were put on something, would you make a mental note to I will not get there late, I will get there early?
Yes, like I will still think that I am leaving with enough time to be there early, but somehow
Even though you're running
this
late?
time blindness has kept me, and I end up being 3 minutes late.
I can't wrap my mind around
Yeah.
that.
So
It's
what
so
about
wild.
what about
It's hard to explain and it's hard to justify it because people don't understand it.
Yeah, so there is, and I feel like you did this to us. Maybe it was in Chicago or whatever, but we all had dinner reservations, and they don't sit you until everybody from your party shows up to the restaurant. And let's say the dinner reservation was at 6:30. And like you showed up well, and we're all just sitting there in the lobby, like just waiting and waiting. It might not have been you; it might have actually been Nick. But it was like I was like, "Come on, man! You know there are like 10 people here waiting for you to be on time."
Right, yeah.
And this is me, the guy who's late for everything. You know?
Sure. Yeah. It's like whatever that minute is. Tell me 5 minutes before, and I will be there at the minute you wanted me to be there. Does that make sense?
Jeff Meltzer, a therapist in Bradenton, Florida, counsels people who never show up on time to examine the core issues behind their lateness. And this is interesting. Here's something I hadn't considered. He said some people who hate small talk fear arriving early, which could point to anxiety as the underlying issue.
That does suck.
Others may feel that they don't have much control over their lives, so they try to reclaim a few minutes from responsibilities. He said it's the same psychology concept behind revenge bedtime procrastination, referring to the urge that one may have to stay up late to recoup personal time after a busy day. Like, I had a busy day, I didn't get to enjoy anything, so I'm going to stay up late tonight.
Yeah.
So in those cases, one tool is to create a small, what he calls a coping card to refer to regularly. And he said, after determining a reason for chronic lateness, take an index card and write down a reframed thought about that reason and a consequence of being late. For instance, on one side, write, attending this meeting doesn't mean that I lose my freedom. And in the other side, write, being late again will upset people at work.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna happen.
No.
You're gonna put off doing that.
Yep. Meltzer said the hardest reason to change the habit would be something that early arrivers often attribute to latecomers, a sense of entitlement. People who feel that their time is more important than others' time may give themselves permission to be late.
You know what makes me feel a little bit uneasy is when we have a guest show up way early. And I know that there are certain guests that like, Mark Summers is an early guy.
Right.
I think Todd Glass is an early, and that's just who they are. They don't like to be late.
Yeah.
So let's say we tell them to be here at 8, to be on air at 8:15, and then they show up at 7:30. That makes me feel uneasy because now they're just waiting for 40, and I don't want them waiting for 45 minutes. I'd rather them wait for,
I'll tell you, as someone who does arrive early, I never feel that the onus is on the person who's the event I'm going to, that they have to entertain me or yeah.
I think most early arrivers don't either. So I think you just know that they made that choice, and they're good with it.
Yeah.
So it should be cool.
Except Mark Summers, who called you a prick.
The list of things that you're describing there, Preston, I feel like don't describe me. I'm so apologetic for all of it, and there's no entitlement about it whatsoever. I just feel like I could be more productive in that time than waiting for what was going on. And that's what I convinced myself.
That if you get there early, there's something else I could have been doing that was productive. And are you indeed doing productive things
Usually,
that make you run late?
Yeah, I'm doing the thing that
Shadow
I
puppets.
wanted to do a week ago.
Right.
But I'm motivated to do it right now.
All right, so this is interesting. Particularly helpful, he says, has been making a list of how long things take. Getting out the door in the morning felt like it took 20 minutes until this therapist, Levat, listed every step from bed to door. So he actually timed it out. Walk down the stairs 1 minute, find shoes 1 minute. And he said, I had a list that was a whole page long of literally walking between rooms, and learned that it took 45 minutes, not 20 minutes.
Right.
So if you actually do a one-time test of how long things take, might give you a clearer picture.
I get that.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyhow, what are you laughing at?
I'm laughing. I'm laughing at these texts that came in that are saying they're associating with me.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So
I'm
anyhow,
surprised they got the time to do that.
I like Marissa. We need T-shirts. It's real. It's hard to figure out. Or I thought Marissa was describing me. So I feel you guys who are out there.
All right. We're moving on to another story. As scientific advancements go, this is really unusual. A growing number of people are getting Brazilian butt lifts and breast enhancements using fat from donated human cadavers.
So there's something wildly ghoulish about that.
The product called Alloclay is made from sterile fat that goes through a cleaning process to remove DNA and other materials that could cause
like to donate your loved one to go into someone else's ass.
It could cause a bad reaction. It is meant for patients who are too thin to use their own fat.
Yeah.
Or who have already had liposuction. This doesn't bother me. I think it's just weird saying that. But I mean, you get if you even got donations from a living donor, I mean, it's still
that's weird too.
Removed from the body.
I mean, you will listen for life-saving. They already use cadaver stuff for life-saving measures.
I don't know what's weird about it. It just seems weird.
But
to me,
when it comes for cosmetic reasons,
seems a little bit more frivolous.
Yeah. Or.
So the filler can be
What are you going to do with that penis?
The filler can be injected in a doctor's office without general anesthesia.
Yeah.
And Dr. Sachin Siradarani, a Manhattan plastic surgeon, said demand has been high for the product. Procedures start at around $10,000 and go up depending on the amount of filler used. Men are also using aloe clay to sculpt their chests without implants. Just dead people's fat.
How soon before they're going out these kill squads to get the ass juice that they need?
I saw there's a girl that on Instagram. Crazy, I know. I follow attractive girls on Instagram, but there's a girl on Instagram who is she has 6-pack abs.
Right.
But her body, the rest of her natural body fat doesn't seem to jibe with that. And I think that there's some kind of implants or injections that
It
are
could
in
be
there.
that.
You know what I mean?
That sort of contouring is quite common these days.
Yeah.
Where you see someone who's the rest of their body fat ratio doesn't belie a sculpted abdomen.
And as you know, Steve, to get that, because you've followed bodybuilding and stuff like that for a long time, to get the really definition, you have to build up the muscle first. Then you got to lose weight big time. You have to lose the fat. The fat covers up the muscle, and when the fat is gone, then you see the definition.
Absolutely. In case you would well know this as well, when they have to the water all of that has to be purged, and you would see it throughout the entire body.
Yeah.
You wouldn't just see it in the abs.
So, Preston, this one person you're talking about, did they have more fat on them? Okay.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. It doesn't jibe together. So
Right.
I think they're doing either injections or maybe flat out implants.
There are ab implants.
Are there?
Yes, there are.
I wouldn't mind having ab implants. Once in my life, I'd like to have. I took a real shot at it, man. I worked really, really hard for.
You got it.
Kind of,
It's a
sort
mother
of,
effort.
but it was so. I had to give up. I was trying too hard, and I injured myself a couple times. I'm like, I can't do that.
Get them on your back. See how you like it?
Dude, those back abs are awesome.
You must work out like a
Look at
fiend.
that.
You've got back abs.
Yeah, I mean, these people are
6-pack
getting,
abs.
Are you looking at pictures, Mariz?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like the equivalent of getting a boob job. You're just getting an ab job.
Yeah. So we're looking at the photos of the guy on the left.
Can they
here,
do
Marissa.
hand jobs?
It's kind of like the girl that I was saying. See how you can tell that that he's got sculpted abs, but he has big love handles there on the side too. It just doesn't
seem to make sense.
Quite jive.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anyway, you can always do dead people's fat if you want to now, because that is
It's a good
available.
band name, Dead People's Fat.
All right, I think we got to wrap up the. Or do we have time for one more case?
One more.
All right. Let's do a quicker one. Yeah. How about this? New research shows that stressed out rats are more likely to use cannabis when given the chance.
So they toke up when they get a little bit of agitation?
Yeah, they roll a spliff and get fired up, and you're good to go.
Irie.
Scientists at Washington State University created
Put on some Marley.
Created a detailed behavior profile for 48 rats. Yeah. And this event next week, if podcasting is something you've wanted to be a part of and didn't know how to get started or want some tips from professionals, the Broadcast Pioneers of Philadelphia have a podcast, The Evolution of Media, panel discussion happening. And Marissa is a part of that. She's one of the panelists, as is Sarah Parker. And also podcaster and golf content creator Francesca Ruscio. And I bring this up because tickets are on sale now, but they're only good. You have to get them by tomorrow.
Yes.
The event is next Wednesday at McCall Golf Club in Upper Darby. And so if you want to get the tickets, if you know somebody who would benefit from gaining this knowledge, then make sure you go get them now. You can go to WMMR.com/events. And you can be a part of that next week. And lunch is also a part of this program, too. So it's $37 for members, $42 for guests. And like I said, lunch included in that. So make sure you get that now before you don't have the opportunity to do it. All right, we have a guest here in our studio. Marissa actually brought him to our attention. And he has an Instagram account that's called Always Sunny Tour. And he does indeed give tours for fans of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia right here in town. And we would like to welcome Mr. Marshall Schurtz to the program.
Thank you. It's awesome to be here. I feel like I'm among celebrities of It's Always Sunny. I'm not sure if everyone knows. You guys are actually quite famous in the show.
Multiple episodes.
All of us have been in an Always Sunny episode.
Yeah, I know.
so.
I feel like I'm the odd man out now. I'm not the only one that hasn't been in the show.
Maybe.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, maybe at some point. So, a couple of things. Let's start with you. You're originally from Los Angeles.
Originally from Los Angeles. Sorry, to everyone in Philadelphia. Sometimes I have to hide that fact because, people in Philly like people in Philly.
You know what? Listen, Steve and I are transplants.
Yeah.
We've been here for 30 years, but, and Pierre Robert was a transplant.
San
You're talking
Francisco.
about one of the most beloved people
Francisco.
ever in Philadelphia, so it's all good.
Yeah, give me another 17 years and I'll match
Yeah,
it.
you'll be fine.
Well, you've embraced an essentially core Philadelphia entity in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So your bona fides are definitely, without question at this point.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the fact that I can watch an episode and go, I know that street.
Yeah.
I know that street. I know that street. It's maybe not a healthy thing.
Yep.
But it is a skill.
And we'll get to this in a little while because you also do tours for people too,
Yes,
which is really awesome. But going back to you, and you've been living in Philadelphia for 13 years, so it's a nice long stretch. But did you go to Penn before you moved here? Or,
No.
Okay. Or you moved here
I came
and
here
then-
for Penn.
Okay.
13 years ago. Came for a PhD, not in It's Always Sunny.
Right.
Yeah.
In archaeology, actually, which is how I kind of got into touring because you want to see the city. You show off the city. You show the history.
Did you watch Always Sunny before you came here or not? Because every time I've traveled somewhere in the past decade, it used to be like, oh, Rocky is the Philadelphia thing. But now everywhere around the world, it's Always Sunny.
Yeah, I mean, I think I started watching season 2.
All right.
So, I mean, not original, but pretty early.
Yeah.
I remember watching back in high school on my old CRT monitor. So yeah, from the beginning. But then when I moved here, you start rewatching, you get more into the show. It feels like you're actually experiencing Philadelphia in a clear way.
Yeah, well, and it used to be that they would come, at one point during the year, during the shooting cycle, and shoot a lot of exteriors, and a lot of stuff would be shot here. But because of the demands of their various other things, it really is not the case anymore. So, but you still had a wealth of locations that were actual locations and things that are suggested as locations.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the interesting things about doing a tour of the show is I so often hear from people, they're like, well, they're not really filmed here. And that's true today.
Yeah.
But then I ask, what sitcom is filmed on location?
Right.
That's a crazy thing for a sitcom to begin with. It was heavily filmed in Philly.
Yeah.
Season 1 is basically just a home movie shot in Philly.
Yeah.
You watch it now and you're like, wow, they didn't have a lot of money, did they?
Yeah,
It's pretty
they did not.
shoestring.
Yeah.
And we know because we shot of the episodes that we're in. We were here, except for one part of one episode. Yeah, a major part, but one part. But
we'll get into that as well. But no, we shot around City Hall and and at the which was the first Union Center, I think. At the time. Yeah, we did do local. So when did you first decide to make this a focus of social media for you?
Yeah, well, I mean, so I started doing the tour because I was living in the Italian market or near the Italian market. And wanted to do tours about Philly. And I'm like, is anyone doing a tour about It's Always Sunny? Rocky has a tour.
Yeah.
Rocky's really popular, as Marissa's saying. Everyone talks about Rocky. But then I looked around and there was no tour. And then I found a map of some locations. I'm like, wait, they're all around me. They're in my neighborhood. And realized, well, if they're all around me, people might want to see this.
Yeah.
So I started that about 3 years ago. And then the last couple months, started posting more online because, there's a lot of locations in the city, not just what I do on the tour. And it's been a really cool experience to post all these different locations and have people who say, hey, that's me in the background.
Yeah. Right.
That's my house.
They recognize their location. This became a big thing. I've always been a fan of these kind of, we're going to go visit the actual location deal.
Yeah.
In horror movies, it's a big thing. There's a guy who's been doing it for about 10 years, maybe even longer, but he goes out and he'll go to we talked about the fog earlier, Preston, the lighthouse that was used, and go to those locations. You see how they look now. And in this case, you're all within, and the tour itself is over, 2 miles?
Yeah, it's 2 miles, which if you're a city person, not that much. If you're not in the city, it's kind of a long walk.
I mean, listen, we sort of take that stuff for granted because we live here, we see it, we're just driving or walking or whatever. So we take it for granted. But I think we can also appreciate it from an outsider's perspective because when we are in other cities or in other areas and you come across something, and I'll speak specifically about being in New Mexico and just driving past what was A1 Car Wash from Breaking Bad. Now, I specifically wanted to go through that area so I could go walk past Walter White's house, and I knew I was going there. But when I just happened to cross the car wash that Walter White owned, I was like, oh my God, I was blown away. And, you know what I mean? And so like,
you spend so much time with it in your house watching it, to be there looking at it is a whole different thing.
Yeah, so I would imagine that maybe like I have like percentage wise, out of towners doing this tour.
Oh, yeah, it's mainly out of towners.
Yeah.
Or it's the
Right.
people that, I have a friend visiting for the weekend. Let's see the city. But I think what's so fascinating is people don't know their own city that well in that amount of detail.
Yeah. Well, Casey, you just made me think about that. I remember we used to wander around the Boston Commons trying to figure out which bench it was that Robin Williams and Matt Damon sat on together to have the conversation. But when you do a tour with like Marshall, like he points out, which drain the gang climbed out of in the Italian market,
Yeah,
That's very cool. That specificity.
Yeah, those details.
I think the thing people like the most on my tour, which I haven't posted online yet, because that's why you got to go on the tour to see where it is, is the stoop where they're Dennis and Dee are drinking 40s and Dennis and Dee go on welfare.
Right.
And people get so excited. I would never have predicted how excited people get. They like almost cry out of happiness. It's a photo op. Everyone is like, I got to take a photo of this. I need a 40. I should have brought a 40 with me for the photo op. And you would never think that like those little things are what people resonate with, but
As you're going through, do you have like cards with the still from the scene so you can lock it into your mind what you're looking at?
Well, it's 2026, so I have them scan a QR code.
There you go. Yeah.
And then they can look at all the videos and screenshots online because it's also just more fun to see the clip without any sound, so they don't get distracted, of what the actual scene is like. Because not everyone remembers the background of a scene. In fact, almost no one remembers the background of a scene, as I've learned.
So, how many locations so far on the tour?
Got about like 24.
Wow.
All right.
That's
Wow.
certainly a lot. Yeah.
All right. And when are the tours? How much they cost? Stuff like that.
I think it's a great question. So every Saturday, do public tours, $35, great time.
Oh.
Private tours, whenever you ask me.
Okay. All right.
And how much do they cost? You can look online how much they cost for private tours.
Okay.
But I'm always happy to give people tours of the city, especially when they're coming at odd times. Like I've actually got a lot of people from Europe.
Yeah.
Mainly from the UK. And they're like, well, I'm here for 2 days and it's my lifelong dream to see Where It's Always Sunny happened.
Okay.
And I'm also wondering, how long is your life? Because the show's been out that long and it hasn't been streaming in the UK for that long.
Yeah.
But yeah, every Saturday, bring a group out there. We see a bunch of these really cool filming locations.
I think for locals too, we've talked about this. We just mentioned a couple days ago that we obviously been here for a long time, know the area pretty well. But we took years ago a haunted walking tour of the city. We were familiar with stuff, but to learn the history, are you also just giving a general history of these locations?
Yeah, I mean, I talk a lot about the history. Like, I think some of the reviews people have said, I accidentally learned about Philadelphia history. Because they don't sign up to learn about, like, the history of Irish and Italian immigration to South Philadelphia on a tour about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Right.
But that's kind of like, you can't not address it. It's a group of Irish friends in South Philly.
I'm going to play a clip of you. You did happen to mention our program on one of your posts, and I'm going to play this clip here.
Ice skating in the Always Sunny episode Mac's Big Break, where he wins a radio call-in contest from Preston and Steve on WMMR, a real Philadelphia radio show, where he gets to hit out the puck at center ice at a Flyers game. This is a real ice skating rink in Philadelphia, right next to the Pennsport neighborhood where Rob grew up, and named after the father of the very famous Philadelphian mayor and police commissioner, Frank Rizzo. Famous and also controversial. But what's really cool about this is Rob, growing up, probably would have actually gone to the Rizzo ice skating rink to practice hockey or, I don't know, figure skating, because it's just a few blocks away from his childhood home. But when they filmed the show, well, they used the outside location, but they didn't use the inside, which is pretty typical. They used a ice skating rink in LA. But they wanted to use the real Flyers rink down in South Philly. What was then the Wachovia Center, then the Wells Fargo Center, now the Xfinity Mobile Arena. But the Flyers wouldn't let them. So instead, they used 2 extras on the rink and a green screen to make it seem like Charlie and Mac were on the rink. But I guess the Flyers liked the show enough to let them use the logo, because they actually used the real Flyers logo in the show, despite needing the Flyers' permission for that.
Yep. So it was a really interesting scenario because Steve and I were there. excuse me. It was during the pre-skate. It was right after the pre-skate of an actual Flyers playoff game.
Yeah.
So everybody was fired up, man. It was the crowd was way into it,
and they were on a precise clock.
We had like 3 minutes to do this,
that was it.
We go out. We're on stage. They didn't shoot the close-ups of us. It was just distance shots. And you were correct. They did have stunt people that were playing the part of Charlie and Mac. And the stunt guy who fell down he had like protection all over him and everything. They made sure. And they instructed the crowd of how to react, and everybody did great. And so that was pretty quick. That didn't take long at all. Then they flew us out to Los Angeles,
right.
For the close-ups and all. That took all day long. That was pretty cool.
And that was kind of throwing us a bone. Really, it was such a nice thing to do because they got us out there, and it turns out we learned while we were out there that Charlie is a damn good ice skater.
Yeah, he was good. He played hockey as a kid.
So it wasn't necessarily that the Flyers wouldn't let them shoot. It was just that it was the playoffs and there was no time for them to actually shoot.
That was it.
And like redo takes, do all of the different angles, the close-ups, the wide shots.
They couldn't shoot for an hour and a half.
Exactly.
Yeah, it would have
play the game.
Literally, the shooting was all day long. Our part of it was a part of that day, but they also had scenes in the bleachers with Dee and Glenn, and it was so we were there. We had lunch and we had dinner and the whole.
We
thing.
had our own trailers.
The whole family was there.
Yeah.
So there's no way they could have been able to shoot that locally. It was just time-wise too much of a constraint. But it was an incredible experience.
Another fun fact, wasn't the makeup person the same person that did Hulk Hogan's hair? Didn't you have on Hulk Hogan's wig at some point, Steve?
No, I did not. Oh, did I? I don't know. Maybe I
do not remember that story at all, Marissa. So
I have a picture of you with a bandana with the Hulk Hogan wig on.
It's quite possible.
Yeah.
What I really remember is of that actual point in the day is that we were alone in the makeup trailer with Danny DeVito.
No, Steve, that was the other episode we shot.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
at City Hall. So we
yeah.
were in 2 episodes.
Right, construction guys in the background of a scene that you can't watch online right now.
Really?
Well, it's one of the ones that isn't streaming on.
Well, yeah, there was a Dee had dressed up as they had put
Hispanic
color on her face, and I could see that. But what we did is in between, we went to the makeup trailer, and Danny DeVito came in, and he was getting his makeup done. And at some point, the makeup artist left, and it was me and Steve and Danny DeVito, and that was it. And we sat in that trailer and talked to him for quite a long time.
It felt like at least a half hour, 45 minutes, maybe.
And he was just the nicest guy. And we talked about everything. We talked about.
We just went through his movies.
Yeah, we started talking about One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and he was more than happy to just share all those stories with us. That was a really cool experience.
So with you, have you ended up on the radar of anybody in the crew? Have you been receiving any communications? Is your dream of being on an episode getting ever closer?
Well, I think dream of being on an episode. Who doesn't want to be on an episode? It's always sunny.
Yeah.
I know they're aware of me. One of the directors recently followed the account. I also stand outside of his house on the tour, so I think that's probably a good sign.
Yeah.
And I've been talking with the guys' whiskey brand.
4 Walls?
Yeah, 4 Walls.
All right.
To do event with them, try to work more closely with them because, they want to have a presence in Philly, and I walk the streets of Philadelphia, take people to bars. So I haven't talked to them. I guess with the exception, I went to a bottle signing for 4 Walls.
Okay.
That was about 8 seconds.
Preston was part investor in the Rob Max.
Oh, Max
bar.
Tavern. Yeah, I was a part owner of that for a little while, which is cool. So I was a business partner of Rob's at one point in time. Do you go by Max at all, or because it's not really the one from the show.
Yeah.
It's not Patty's.
Yeah, when it was open, I would take people sometimes, but it's not South Philly, so it's a whole different logistics.
Yeah.
More so to say, hey, if you're here for longer, go to Max.
Well, the Patties
get the vibe.
Yeah, they show in the series. You can tell if you look at the sidewalks. They're classic Los Angeles sidewalks with prominently raised. The level between the street and the actual sidewalk is much more dramatic.
Yeah, actually, the way I tell people, the trick to figure out if it's Philly or LA is the sidewalks. So that's a great observation because in Philly our sidewalks are granite.
Yeah.
So you see that's why they sink down, and that's why everyone parks on the curb. is because the sidewalks are so low. You can't park on the curb in
No,
LA.
no,
your
you
car would
can't.
break.
Yeah.
So you see sometimes like these granite, they go lower and lower and lower, and then every once in a while, construction comes through and they pick them up and they cover them with concrete, and then they start sinking and sinking and sinking again. So if you're ever looking, that's a little tip.
It's a good tip. So what tends to go over the best when you have your crowds out doing the tour? What give me the 2 top sites where people go, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here.
Yeah, I think number one is definitely the crack stoop.
Yeah.
No better way to say that. And then seeing the waitress's house.
The waitress's house. Charlie's actual wife.
Yeah, well, it's not his actual wife's house.
Yeah.
That's actually Todd Bierman's house, who's one of the directors.
Okay.
The whole show is like so interconnected. I don't take people to this site anymore, but Rob's house is in the show. The house we grew up in.
The actual house we grew up. We went over there.
Yeah.
It was pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's been
condemned.
It got bought, got renovated, and it's been on the market for a year and a half for a half-built house.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So
we'll
we
see
went
what
in,
that means.
We saw his room. He actually relayed a story that he took his son, to kind of say, you've been living the life.
Yeah.
This is how I grew up.
Is that the house he goes to at the beginning of the Wrexham show?
Yeah, that's exactly the scene. He says,
wow,
there's like an iPod, which I don't understand. He implies it's like his iPod, which doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it's the exact scene is the beginning of Welcome to Wrexham. So it's in It's Always Sunny, Wrexham, and his real life.
Mm-hmm.
Huge bummer it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Like that is the one thing I wish I'd started doing this 2-3 years earlier.
Yeah.
And just been like, can I buy a house?
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Can I turn this into a pilgrimage site?
How much do your archaeology skills figure into this and also just doing the research of the history of Philadelphia?
Yeah, funny enough, I think actually a lot.
A lot,
because
yeah.
it's like an obsessive idea of like what's in the background and trying to figure out every time they've talked about this or any random YouTube video, like you guys go into set to get the idea of what happens there. Like it's a research skill more than like a trivia skill.
Yeah.
So because a lot of it is not who's the character in the scene, it is all of like the production world behind the show.
Yeah, I do miss the fact that it used to be quite an interesting and fun time of year when they would come and do their exterior shots, and we would occasionally see them when they were here or come out to the set. It was very nice.
We went to St. Joe's Prep one time
did,
when they
yeah.
were shooting there. Does anybody remember what that episode? Do you remember that one?
I think the exterior might have been the reunion episode, but I don't know.
Yes. It was a reunion.
Well,
That's
you remember
right.
he was also in the middle of his fattening up stage.
Yes.
Just
he was
starting,
He was
yes.
he was talking about. I said, man, that's got to be wild to just be socking away that food. And he says, you'd think, but I'm basically like drinking ice cream milkshakes.
Yeah, he hated it.
He hated it.
Yeah. He said that putting on weight was definitely harder than taking it off.
Right.
So, as an archaeologist, do you have a job besides this? Besides doing the It's Always Sunny stuff?
Isn't that the $1,000 question? So I also do archaeology tours in Philly.
Oh.
Through Old City, see some of the archaeology. There's actually a lot of archaeology in Philly, like the
listen,
President's House.
It's
That's a
amazing
fascinating
stuff.
one. Yeah,
and we know that there's a whole this is a wholly other fascinating topic of the people that go into privies.
The privies,
yeah.
Which are bathrooms. Yeah. But-
It's you don't want to dig one out.
yeah.
It's pretty. I mean, it's potty toilet.
There's a ton of history.
Yeah.
The amount of subterranean stuff that is still being found. I told the story. I was in Manayunk for a while. My wife and I had a house in Manayunk, and they were excavating the street, Rochelle Avenue. There'd been just a long time they had to replace, the pipes and so on and so forth. And there was a doorway into something that no one knew about. There's tons of stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's so interesting to, especially in an old city where you can go and like see Ben Franklin's house and know what was happening at the time. Like he was in France and like he was sending letters about the construction of the house, and we can see what he was constructing. Like that is very cool to see a physical thing. And maybe that's actually to your earlier question. Like that's the connection. You actually see a real place that you've read about, and not that It's Always Sunny's history, but it's 21 years.
Yeah.
Like you're watching season 1, you're watching a historical artifact.
It is.
And
In
you
the
go
world of
visit
pop
it.
culture, the longest running sitcom on television.
Yeah. Still going strong. They're not going to beat the Simpsons for sitcom ever, but they're definitely got the longest running live action.
Live action. Somebody texted and said, are you hiring tour guides? Would you ever get to a point where you had so much business you needed to bring on some help?
I mean, that question is the answer. Yeah, if I get enough business, I would love to have more people working for me.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a lot. Basically, the more people in Philly need to come on the tours. I think that's kind of why I'm glad to be on the radio, because people don't think to take a tour in their own city.
Can't recommend it enough, honestly.
Yeah, it's so
Whenever
fun.
we've had a situation where we did a thing years ago about how many Philadelphians have not been to
Liberty Bell.
The Liberty Bell.
Yeah. I took we took a Segway tour of the city one time. I'm like, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, I've walked around here a gazillion times, but you're seeing some things that you walk right by and have no idea that they are there and the significance of them.
Pivotal to the country.
Casey, do you remember where you guys shot your episode?
No. Well, I was in 2 episodes as well.
You were too, okay.
So I was one of Charlie Goes America all over their ass or whatever. I was in that one, and then I was in the just in the background of the Glenn is a child predator episode.
Got it.
And
So it was you.
so that was right off
Kathy
of South
was in
Street.
that.
I remember
Yeah.
that being somewhere near South Street.
Okay.
Yeah, that would have been on Bainbridge.
Yep.
We walked by it on the tour.
Yep. Yep.
Were you yelling at Glenn that he was a?
No, Kathy did that.
Yeah.
Kathy
Kathy's
did that.
the one with the stroller. She's
Yep.
in the yellow dress.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I feel like they shot a couple of different scenes for different episodes because I might not have been in that episode.
You were in a van. Were you not with the one where he?
That was the first one I was talking about.
Okay, all right.
But no, because I was on a park bench behind a hot dog vendor. You know.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I don't. Was that in the Glen one or
Bums
no?
making a mess all over. Yeah, the Bums episode.
Yeah.
If someone hasn't heard or watches Always Sunny, listen to this. Insane.
Short.
These episode titles, the plots, they are.
We also had the benefit. It was kind of cool. We had Fred
Savage
as our director.
Oh yeah.
So I found the photos, Steve. So here is a photo of you guys hanging out with
There
Danny
we go.
DeVito.
Okay.
And this was right outside City Hall. And
Yep.
then it's actually that same day. It's not when you're in LA. Steve wearing the Hulk Hogan
There you
look.
go.
I don't remember that at all.
No, neither do I.
Wow.
Thank you for remembering this.
Yeah.
By the way, Marshall, you're going to, there's a couple of events coming up, fan events. The Wade Boggs Tailgate, that's July 18th. Is that correct?
Yeah. So if you know the show, hopefully you're still listening. Wade Boggs episode, they do a cross country flight and they got to drink 70 beers.
Yes, yeah.
Turns out that's probably not true, but we're gonna try to do that and beat it, but a collective group. So the number of people that show up, more people, fewer beers. So I would, if you have any interest on July 18th, please show up so we do not die.
Yeah.
We need people to share these beers with
You can
us.
have the T-shirts with the hash marks and
Yep.
everything? Okay,
Pay
all right.
$5, I'll give you a T-shirt. We're gonna have some beers and I'll be marking to see everyone. So like more just like a fun experience outside the Phillies.
And then August 1st?
August 1st is the first time talking about it, but going to be having a 21st birthday bar crawl. Probably working with 4 walls. Then we're going to raise Happy Birthday bar, have a birthday shot, because Always Sunny's turning 21.
Do you hit
Happy birthday.
On a tangent here, do you hit the men's shelter that they find? God, I can't remember. Cricket? Yeah. Who's Casey? The character?
Yeah.
Cricket, maybe?
Yeah, Cricket.
Cricket.
Yeah. Out in front of there was this men's shelter they would always go to.
No, not on the tour, but it is. It's roughly in the area.
Yeah.
Okay. So for these events, if people want to keep an eye on that, they can, which venue or which access to you? YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, what has all the information?
Yeah, go to alwayssunnytour.com.
Oh, you got a website. Okay.
Website.
Perfect.
You can book a tour. You can go to the events. You can just see pictures of me if that's what you want.
You have
the radio
to have
show.
you have to have a rum ham luncheon.
Yeah.
I
steak.
I do sometimes do a rum ham shot before the tour, depending on the size of the tour and the vibe. I'll say it's not actually rum, so legally we can do it on the street. And it is kind of nasty, so you got to experience it yourself.
All right. Well, if you're interested, if you are a fan of Always Sunny or you want to know a little bit about Philly, a little bit more about your hometown, or you're coming in from out of town, this is what you got to do. Clearly, it's alwayssunnytour.com. And get the tickets and find out about the events that are coming up. It's cool. Good for you, Marshall, man. It's great that
thank
you
you.
turned something that you really love into what you're doing for a living.
Well, you guys too.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. All right. Marshall Schurtz, guys.
Thank you.
AlwaysSunnyTour.com. Get your tickets. He'll take care of you, and follow him on his socials because he includes parts of the tour on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. We will take a break. Come back in a second. B-File Store's on the way. Access cannabis vapor for an hour a day over 3 weeks.
Why not just give them edibles?
I know, right? Maybe they could. I'm not really sure. So the rats could get the vapor by poking their nose into a small port. Rats with higher levels of stress hormone cortisone use the cannabis more often than calmer rats.
This cheese tastes so good.
The connection was tied to their regular baseline stress levels.
I'm in the mood for pizza.
Not stress from specific tasks or puzzles. Researchers also found that rats who had trouble adapting to changing rules were more motivated to seek out the cannabis.
It's kind of funny.
Trouble adapting to changing rules. They're like, dude, I can't figure this out. Let's just smoke
You're
up.
bumming me out.
Scientists hope this information could help people understand their own cannabis habits and make smarter choices about use.
Cannabis Rats. There's another band name.
That's a band name. The Cannabis Rats. I love it. All right, there you go. That's Just Saying Institute for today, friends. We'll do some more research and we'll return another time with plenty to feed your mind with. And I saw Temple's fencing Dr. Nikki Franke, who I believe you guys had at the Camp Out for Hunger. I thought you guys would like to share this. So absolutely, Dr. Franke came by and taught me how to fence, which I think I did a pretty good job of, other than almost crippling my knee.
Yeah.
But
she was amazing, though.
She was excellent. And she's had a 50-year coaching career at Temple. There was an event a little while back that they had over 100 of her former and current student athletes were in attendance. And each era got on stage and spoke about her impact. The women shared tears, laughter, and joy for the coach who changed their lives. She said it really was very moving. Over the years, it's still the same. The stories that they told and the things they remember, it really made me feel like, okay, I've done my job because they still have good feelings about their time here. That's the most satisfying thing about coaching.
She told the story about how it all came to be, and she just kind of on a whim, got involved with it. It became something very important to her. That program would not exist were it not for her.
She created it.
She created it, yeah.
So she is the 2026 winner of the NCAA Pat Summitt Award, an honor recognizing a coach who has demonstrated devotion to the development of college athletes and made a positive impact on their lives. And she was recognized for that alongside other NCAA honors recipients.
You should reach out to her and let her know how you were permanently crippled by your 7 minutes of fencing.
So her resume reflects her legendary status as a coach, as a fencer in her own right. Franke earned National Intercollegiate Women's Fencing Association All-American honors, earned a spot on 2 Olympic rosters, and was inducted into the Brooklyn College Hall of Fame.
Nice.
As a coach, she is the all-time winningest women's athletics coach at Temple, amassing 898 wins in the 1992 National Women's Foil Team Championship. Under her direction, the Temple program perennial ranked in the top 10 with 37 fencers earning 66 NCAA championship selections and 25 fencers earning 35 All-American honors. She was a 4-time U.S. Fencing Coaches Association Coach of the Year and was inducted into the International Women's Sports Hall of Fame.
Think about the way her life just played out and all these accolades and the commitment. But I mean, she had the 2 students with her the day she came out to the Camp Out for Hunger, and they were amazing.
Yeah.
So all the lives that she positively affected, it's just the staggering the amount of people that have gone through that program.
Yeah, it's a legacy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely.
I would call it iconic.
Almost Richard Marx-like, to be honest. So
the iconic fencing of Richard Marx.
So Eric, who emailed me, also said, hey, can I get a shout out for my neighbor, Francesca Lucia? I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name. Loiseau. And she won the NCAA Inspiration Award. So he sent me an article about her, and I read about it. And she was a tennis player, collegiate tennis player in her freshman year, and she had a stroke.
Oh wow!
She was doing weight training, and boom. Just nailed her, and like half her body went out, and they saved her life. They had essentially bore a hole in her head,
Jesus,
and release the pressure of a brain bleed, and so she took her a couple of years to rehab and get back, and she ended up getting back to tennis, and playing again in matches.
Doing well?
And I don't know if she got 100% all of her function back, but enough to participate again in the program. So she was given the NCAA Inspiration Award. So I want to give a shout out to her. Which is
just on a side note, and we certainly do that. Years ago when I was powerlifting a lot, when that was one of the things I do, you know, I stopped doing that because I heard a couple of stories of like strokes and like I mean, when you're overtaxing your system like that, I'm like, I don't know, man. You're kind of flirting with. You know, that happened to Paul Hogan. He was weight training and doing some sort of excessive weight, and he had a stroke. He passed out.
Yeah.
And this was years ago.
Do you remember, famous musician, played chef on...
Richard Marx?
No, not Richard Marx.
Isaac Hayes.
Isaac Hayes.
He was on the
treadmill.
Yes.
He was exercising. He was doing what he was supposed to be doing and had a stroke and died.
Honestly, if you can, sit on the couch and eat junk food.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
So I think it's Francesca Lusso, probably is how you say that,
All right.
Marissa. I don't know.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, I was just seeing if your eyes, if that made sense. All right, anyhow, that's the City Beat story. Here's another one for you. Wawa is closing a store on Drexel University's campus. This is nearly 3 years after remodeling to a digital order-only concept with no products on the shelves.
I remember when they debuted this. They had like a ribbon cutting and the whole thing, and it was going to be in it. The thing I like with Wawa, though, is that something doesn't work or they add something. They move. They're fluid.
So this didn't work.
One of the many things I like about Wawa.
3300 Market Street location, which has been open since 2018, is set to close on the 21st of this month. It was remodeled in 2023 to test the new store format, which required customers to order all items on touchscreen, no shelves of products to browse. The pilot was not successful, leading to the store's planned closure, according to a statement from our friend Lori Bruce at Wawa. Prior to the pandemic, the store saw more food service than any other Wawa, they said. But the company statement shared by Lori said, over the years, we've made several attempts to address business and operational changes at this location. That effort includes partnering with property owner Drexel University in an attempt to address some of these issues, and most recently making investments in our store design to test fully digital format. Unfortunately, this test did not adequately improve performance or deliver an enhanced customer experience, which ultimately led to the decision to close the store, they said.
You know, I think there's a lot of the Wawa experience is I go in and to my Wawa and I'll see people that I see there, and there, you know, there's a little bit more of that. It's more like your country store.
If you are a regular at your Wawa, which you are, you know the people that work there.
Yeah.
You get to know them after a while. We need to expand our minds and knowledge at the Just Saying Institute.
The Just Saying Institute, home of the Marissa Magnata Mini Mount Snow Removal Service.
By the way, Marissa, she stepped out of the studio for a moment, but she was showing us some videos that she took of herself 15 years ago in Manayunk, where it was a really, really big snowstorm, and she and her friends were riding bikes down. I don't know if it was levering or one of the really, really steep roads. Crazy.
Yeah.
Insane.
Suicidal.
Yeah. So.
You said, what was you were saying? I could never do this now.
I can't do that anymore. I can't do that anymore. I will risk permanent damage in my destroyed knees and so on. So, all right,
tell my wife I love her.
We're going to start with this. NASA will soon run a high-stakes fueling test on its Artemis II rocket, a practice run that must succeed before 4 astronauts can fly around the moon. The U.S. Space Agency inched the 11 million pound space launch system and mobile launcher to a Cape Canaveral, Florida launch pad on Saturday. The slow procession of the 322-foot rocket, topped with the Orion spaceship, took 12 hours on the aging crawler transporter to complete.
Those things are amazing. Did you say 11 million pounds?
11 million pounds.
Wow, man.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I've been lucky. I've been to the Kennedy Space Center before, and we took a tour, like a close-up tour. You have to pay extra to do that.
Yeah.
And they took us by the crawlers, and you're right at the base of it. It's massive, and that's just the thing that moves the massive rocket.
To roll it out into place is astonishing.
It's pretty incredible. So that 4-mile trek could mark the first leg of Artemis II.
I love the name Artemis, too.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Which will be a 10-day journey around the moon and back that will put the spaceship through its paces. The lunar mission will be NASA's first with astronauts since Apollo 17. It's been 53 years since anybody has been up that close to the moon.
It's been way too long, and I know that you are. I assume you're like me. I'm out of my mind excited for this.
Oh, very much so. So the astronauts include Victor Glover, Christina Koch, Reed Wiseman, and Canada's Jerry Hansen that will be aboard.
No Katy Perry?
No Katy Perry on this one. No, she did go up in the Orion.
on that mission.
The Orion, right? Okay, so I'm sorry. I don't have is your microphone not on? There you go.
In the Blue Emu?
The Blue Emu.
In the Blue Emu.
Yeah.
So the Blue Horizon, was that it?
Yeah.
All right. So
the Blue Waffle.
The so-called, they're calling it the wet dress rehearsal.
Oh, man, that's hot.
Will load the Mega Moon rocket with 700,000 gallons of ultra-cold liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen propellants and take the countdown all the way down to 29 seconds before liftoff.
You guys wet yet?
How this test goes will shape the flight timeline and determine whether launch opportunities
Go, Squirt, go.
in February remain in play.
So wait, when's the launch?
It's going to be February 2nd.
Ooh, that's exciting.
If it remains, if everything goes right, that
It's
can
12
always
days before Valentine's Day, Preston.
Can always change. So during the test, teams will fill the rocket and rehearse every major step of launch day fueling. Controllers will run through all countdown procedures, including the final terminal count, and then stop on purpose at T29 seconds. NASA is targeting February 2nd for the crucial exercise, though that could change depending on preparation. So
if you were to see like an Apollo 13 or anything that will show you the inside you just watched from the Earth to the Moon, inside those capsules, in the kind of equipment looks borderline prehistoric to what they're going to have now when they go into space.
Yeah.
I mean, when you realize that at the time, the average cell phone that we carry had more technology than all of NASA at that time.
Yeah.
It puts it all into perspective.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And you look at the antiquated computers that they were using and the commands that they had to give. So they used their commands were verb and noun.
Yeah.
They would. I have more stories to share.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by SunnyMax Solar, your trusted full-service solar partner and the solar company that Steve trusts. You can go to sunnymac.com and find out how much you can save by switching to solar. A man in southern India agreed to permanently tattoo a meme coin's name on his forehead in exchange for 2,600 Sol, which is a cryptocurrency coin. The instructions said that he had to get the word bounty work, and actually a $sign comes right before the word bounty work above his eyes. But the instructions misspelled it as bounty work, not bounty work.
Oh, man.
He followed them anyway, and now he has bounty work permanently across his forehead. The mistake inadvertently spawned an actual meme coin called bounty work now. Which briefly hit a market cap of $373,000 before collapsing. But it wasn't all for nothing because Arivu made nearly $29,000 in transaction fees from the token's brief surge. Critics in and outside the crypto community called it a disturbing sign of where the industry is heading, with one head of production writing that this was, quote, sad that the space had developed into forcing poor people to do shameful things.
Yeah, it does kind of have that feel. My question is, though, did you mention that black is the easier color to remove tattoo-wise?
Yes.
All right, which stands to, it runs contrary to what you would imagine, but yeah.
Yeah, he could have this removed eventually. Now, there might be some light, leftover stuff you might see, but yeah, it cost
$29,000 to have it removed.
Yeah. All right, cities in Pomona, California have put a stop to the distribution of their new summer recreation guide. That's because somehow some copies of the guide contain pornographic images that were not intended to be included.
Yes, I'd like to book it.
Though the activities shown in the photographs certainly look like a good time,
This looks very good.
the pictures clearly
It looks very fun.
don't fit the family-friendly vibe
My family's very excited.
that the guide was intended to have.
I'll be by myself.
The city is now investigating how the pictures ended up in the guide. They
It's
have
going to be my regular Saturday night thing.
no idea at this point. A sex-positive kink cruise has set sail, courtesy of kink-positive event company called Killing Kittens. Those booking passages on the booty cruise were asked to pony up $6,700 for the privilege, but there are some rules as to who can board the vessel, so to speak.
Rules on the kink cruise?
So there are no single men allowed on the cruise.
Somebody to book the cruise, please.
Or in play areas once on board. The cruise guidelines have a strict rule that this sex cruise is for women and for women with their partners. While enjoying cities like Portofino, Barcelona, Florence, and Monte Carlo, cruisers are permitted and encouraged to keep the company of any and all on board, provided 3 rules are followed: privacy, confidentiality, and discretion. Although we're sure consent is at play somewhere as well, but no single men allowed.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I kind of understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah. A Bulgarian man said that he had a frightening experience with a bear that attacked him in Romania while he was trying to feed it.
How did this happen?
Georgi Bezev said that he was traveling to Hungary to attend a soccer match when he reached an area that's known as Bear Road. He said, my friend and I set off for Budapest to watch the Champions League final. As we do every year, we traveled through the so-called Bear Pass, or the pass that is closest to the sky. He noted that the area is a popular tourist attraction. He said everyone who goes through the pass goes there for one reason only, that's to see the bears.
Not to feed them.
He also claimed that locals encourage tourists to feed the bears.
Really?
And that there are even shops and businesses that sell food so visitors can feed the animals.
God, I love Bear Road.
He then detailed his run-in with the bear and bear cub. He said in front of us there had stopped the vehicle, and while people in it were feeding a bear and its cub, we were the second car behind them, and behind us, there was a vehicle with Ukrainian tourists. Bizev said that he was in his car while the other tourists were filming nearby, noting that the glass was closed and it felt safe. Bizev also said that he did not leave his vehicle or provoke the animal, alleging that tourists behind him began shouting and honking, which escalated the situation. The bear lunged toward Bizev's car. He said, we saw how the glass of our car was like a sheet of paper.
Jeez.
So it went right through the glass. Perhaps the fact he said that I was wearing a seatbelt saved me to some extent. It tried to grab me and pull me out of the vehicle.
Whoa.
Bizev reportedly sustained bite injuries on his left arm and underwent surgery.
What fun.
He later said that he was in overall good health outside of his injuries and that his recovery period is about 3 to 4 months.
Yeah, so he was sliced up.
Yeah, he acknowledged that feeding the animal was a mistake, but added...
I think he's right.
There's no one who goes there and does not feed the bears, which does not justify either me or the actions of the person that I was with in feeding the wild animal, but we do not believe that we did anything wrong.
To be honest, I'm surprised this is the first we're hearing of an attack in this area.
By the way, feeding bears is prohibited by Romanian authorities, and those who do face fines that can run between $2,200 to $6,600.
Well, there you go. The problem is you're dealing with the mama bear and the cub.
Yep. Then we'll do one more story. Let's see. This is pretty wild. The mystery of the dead or missing U.S. government scientists got a little murkier. You've seen this,
yes,
right?
this ongoing thing.
Scientists have disappeared. Well, one who disappeared almost a year ago has been found dead in a New Mexico forest. Melissa Casillas worked at the Los Alamos National Laboratory in Manistee-Dune. Human remains discovered by a hiker last week in Carson National Forest have been confirmed as hers.
Jeez.
They were described as skeletonized and found sitting against a tree with a handgun nearby. Casillas' disappearance became part of an ongoing speculation about the deaths and disappearances of at least 10 people with connections to scientific research. Investigator Thomas McNally, hired by Casillas' parents, said that Melissa was found wearing sun-bleached clothing and her body didn't show any signs of animal activity. That's pretty weird.
Yeah, this whole thing is kind of crazy.
Yeah, the plot thickens on that.
Yeah.
And there you go. That is what is in your bizarre file for you this morning. When we return, because we are taking a break, we're going to have a lesson question. We'll get into some trash and music news. We've got stuff for you to win. Stay there. We'll be back in a moment with it all. enter noun 254 blank, and they would have to do these really long computations to do whatever they needed to change in the guidance computer, but they couldn't get anywhere without it. They had to use that stuff, and that's what and at the time it was cutting edge technology.
And then other times it was tape and a wing and a prayer.
Yeah, totally. So Artemis 2 builds on lessons from the uncrewed maiden voyage in 2022, which needed several tries to complete just the fueling. Engineers adjusted how they load liquid oxygen after seeing temperature issues, and modified hardware after hydrogen leaks were discovered in the connections between the ground systems and the rocket. They also changed and cryogenically tested a key valve that had caused some trouble during the final uncrewed countdown. Since Artemis 1, the Kennedy Space Center has revised procedures and upgraded hardware as part of the Artemis 2 plan. Once the wet dress rehearsal ends, engineers will pore over the performance of the rocket, the Orion spacecraft, and the ground systems. Only if the data looks clean with the mission managers will they move on to setting a specific launch date, but they're hoping for February 2nd.
I mean, listen,
Pretty
we need to go back. And I know people say, why? It's something we need to do. As a species, we need to explore,
Well, yeah, it's the old adage is why?
Yeah.
Because it's there.
It's there, yeah.
And that's part of the reason, but there's some practical things too.
Sure.
That they need to figure out, and you never know what.
Velcro came out of the space program.
I mean, come on, man. So did Corningware.
Absolutely.
That came out of the space program. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there are a lot of things, Marissa. In fact, you could pull up a list of household items that were created through the space program. They had other uses that they were intended for, but they ended up being perfect for other things that we still use to this day.
Yeah, absolutely. The melon baller.
That came
from
from
of course. That's how
idea.
lunar soil was scooped with a melon baller.
So Marissa just pulled, and I'll just read off the list here. I'll take it here, Marissa. So things that were created from the space program: dustbusters, little handheld vacuums. Memory foam,
yes,
was something that was created from NASA and the program.
Before that, the foam could not remember.
No, wireless headsets. Modern running shoes, water filters, scratch-resistant lenses, freeze-dried food, baby formula, treadmills came out of the program.
I mean, the double-headed dildo.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
That was originally part of a retro rocket.
I did not.
And they repurposed it.
And they repurposed a double-headed dildo from the space program.
Houston, I think we have another use for this.
Wow. Let me get back to you in a couple of minutes.
If you hear some groaning, you just ignore that.
So anyhow, they're doing those. They're getting the full what they call the wet dress rehearsal underway.
We talked about this last week about the resort on the moon or things of that nature, and the projected cost of what it'd be to go there. I don't think, obviously, in my lifetime, I'm not going to make it. But I mean. How exciting is that? And maybe for some people, don't give a rat's ass. But for me and for you, it's been part of science fiction lore forever.
It's been a while. We've been off for a couple weeks, and we haven't shuffled around the streets of Philadelphia. It's time for the city beat, folks. So we're going to
Scooby-Wow.
Get in it.
Feet, beat, meat. That's all you need to know.
That's it. All right. So a new baby African penguin at the Adventure Aquarium in Camden was unveiled yesterday, and now they have announced a contest to name the baby penguin.
I love this because it's twofold. It's to name the penguin and then how best to prepare it.
No, you don't. We're not going to eat it.
No, it's adorable. It's funny how when you talk about the changes that some, animals go through when they are young to what they become when they're older. We essentially look like small versions of humans, but there's this massive change that takes place. But it's adorable.
Yeah, they're cute. Casey, I know you have a knack for coming up with names for dogs.
Yeah.
Do you ever, collect those names, have a repository of them, and maybe you could dip in there and find something, a great name for this penguin?
Well, my latest dog name actually could go with this
With the penguin?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Go-birds.
Go-birds.
Go-birds actually.
That's one word.
Yep.
Go-birds.
Where do you stand on go-birds? You.
I don't love it.
Yeah.
I think it's a cute idea.
Yeah.
But the plural at the end
It
throws me off a bit.
Yeah. What about any one of our band names?
Dude, okay. So yesterday, finally, I wrote them all down and I printed it up.
Really?
And I have it here with me.
Okay.
I have the full list of the Preston Elliott band name repository that I've been collecting for years and years and years. I'm not going to read it. I'll just show you.
Give us a taste.
I'll show you. This is the full collective here.
Oh my God.
It is. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm counting the pages.
God, we could sell this too.
6.
The music industry.
I was
I have
in
8 pages. Well, about 7 pages.
I was in a store the other day, Steve, and they had a little notebook, and on the front of it just said band names.
Oh my God!
Really?
Think of what we could. Think of all the money we won't make.
I'll just give you. I highlighted my favorite ones.
Okay.
I'll just give you one for now because maybe eventually I will reveal the whole thing. But I really like this one. Saskatoon Bible Camp. So, and here's another good one: the Shoe Tree Dildos. Okay.
I mean, come on!
I've got pages and pages.
Oh,
of these
those are
names.
great.
I don't think they'd be right
for a penguin. No.
Where did shoe tree dildos come from?
I don't know.
You have
Something
no
Steve
idea?
said probably.
Okay.
It happens a lot while we're discussing something offbeat, and then 2 words or 3 words are put together, and I'm like, that's a great name.
It's almost like when you're playing that game where you look for the there's a whole page of letters and you look for words within the and that's the same
word
thing.
search.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. Those probably wouldn't be suitable for a penguin.
No.
Don't think they should do the penguin make penguin face.
No, don't do that. That's kind of old, but
The penguin's sibling is Schubert, if that inspires.
okay.
And his parents are Hubert and Mushu.
and Mushu, that's right. So the unnamed chick was hatched November 21st and was the 3rd African penguin to be hatched at the Adventure Aquarium last year. The announcement of the new chicks are held off until they determine that the new bird is healthy and expected to survive, so they've gotten past that point now. The other 2 baby African penguins, Duffy and Oscar, hatched earlier in November.
What I do remember about the penguins when I visited them is that they stank.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do.
Horribly bad.
Well,
Yeah.
So there's also always at the Adventure Aquarium.
Yeah.
They have the penguins as well.
Yeah.
And that's fairly stinky. I don't
time.
remember the zoo stinking as much, but yeah.
What about? Oh, so I thought that was Adventure Aquarium. My bad. What about the name Oswald? Because of Oswald.
Lee
Cobblepot.
Harvey Oswald?
No, Oswald Cobblepot.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, for the penguin. Oswald would actually be good, though. He is a nefarious, horrible, strangling pimp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be not the most appropriate for a penguin.
You remember that they stank. All I could think about is that they have CDs hanging in their little enclosure to kind of, the light reflects on them.
They like the
and it
shimmering
distracts
stuff?
them.
Oh,
Oh,
I
really?
don't remember that. Really? Okay.
And they choose the artists.
Yes.
Yeah, they get to choose which musicians are represented.
Harvey Danger.
So, Mehdi Alskovich Pohl, a biologist, says that the aquarium's in the aquarium's introduction video, although he's a little bit younger than the other 2, he does make up for it in size. He is quite a big baby penguin chick. And so, starting today, or yesterday actually, aquarium visitors are available to now vote on one of 4 names offered the new penguin. Oh man, I thought we were going to be able to,
I
to
thought
submit.
from scratch.
Oh, okay, well, these are pretty good names.
All right.
So Scrappy, Zero, Flounder, and Toothless.
Well,
those are cute.
Toothless, wonderful from How to Train Your Dragon. Flounder, obviously Animal House.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might.
Zero might be from Casey, that show Sticks.
Yeah.
With Owen Wilson. There's a character named Zero on that show. And I'm not sure about Scrappy.
I like Zero.
Just like my country, I'm young, scrappy, and what is it?
And hungry.
Young,
Just like my country, young, scrappy, and hungry.
young, happy. Yeah, okay.
Whatever.
I don't know. Any of those are thrilling me, but I might do Toothless because I love that character so much.
I like Zero. I think I would go with that. The unnamed chick is being parented, like Marissa said, by Mushu and Hubert, and they also parented a 2024 chick named Schubert.
How about Moobert?
Then their Mushu was named for a dragon sidekick from the movie Mulan, the Disney movie.
Okay,
Mulan.
yeah.
So the aquarium's birds and mammals team chose possible names using a dragons and sidekicks theme.
Here's my suggestion, and don't dismiss it immediately.
Okay.
If you want global press, name it the C word.
Yes, do it.
Right?
If you want to make waves,
Yeah.
want to get your name out there.
You will not believe what they named the penguin at the Philadelphia Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the zoo or the aquarium that has it?
It's the aquarium.
Oh, I'm sorry. In case I misunderstood.
Okay,
Yeah. So the naming contest will close on January 19th, and the winner will be announced January 20th, Penguin Awareness Day, the aquarium staff had said. So that's why they're doing it on that day. African penguins, by the way, which originate from the waters around southern Africa, are classified critically endangered. So the hatches are important to the survival of the species.
Do you know what they have over the Adventure Aquarium, which is kind of a cool thing, is they have the porcupines.
Yeah.
Which are, okay, you got these too.
Yeah, I don't know why those were chosen to be a part of the aquarium. They're in with the hippos, I believe. Is Button still there? The hippo, do we know?
I think so.
Because Marissa, we went there like the first or second year we were here at MMR. We all went over there together to meet Button when she first showed up.
Yeah.
And I have no idea.
Got to be a full-blown hippo now.
If that's just full status.
And you know what? They're simultaneously adorable, but they're
deadly.
Are deadly.
Yeah. They're awesome, though. They're really cool.
How long do hippos live? Because in 2019, Button turned 22.
Would you say? About 8 minutes after 10 o'clock. And it is indeed Thursday, right on the edge of No Sad Bro Friday. Moving into a toasty hot weekend, especially starting today. Temperature's going to feel like 103 degrees. It was like I stepped outside. I've been wearing long pants to work. We have the privilege of being able to wear shorts if you want to work, but it gets chilly inside here, and I get cold after a while. But it was toasty.
It's the ultimate dichotomy, and I'm Mr. Shorts guy, but it definitely had a swampy feel to it. What I like though is it's going to abate a bit for the weekend. It'll be actually a better weekend.
Yeah, it should be. But we have hot, sweaty temps today. Just heads up in severe thunderstorms possibly tonight. So you have been warned, my friend. All right, so we have a lesson question. We are going to give away today 4 pack of tickets to MMR Rocks, an advanced screening of Toy Story 5, and it is this Saturday. It will be at 11 a.m. at the AMC Cherry Hill location. So here is your question. I think we have to go back to just before 7 o'clock this morning. Who is the third Scott brother from the Property Brothers that they keep in the basement? 610-660-9333. Let's see if you know the answer to that. Who is the third Scott brother from the Property Brothers that they keep in the basement? This is not the real third brother from the Property Brothers. This is the one that was mentioned on our show earlier this morning. 610-660-9333. You know the answer to that? Give us a call now.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you by the Jug Handle Inn. You can catch the best food, best drink specials, and the action of all the games at the Jug Handle Inn in Cinnaminson. Come with the famous Jug Handle wings, but also enjoy so much more online at thejughandleinn.com. What's happening this morning, Steve?
Well, Preston, the former defensive lawyer for the late Rob Reiner's son, Nick Reiner, says he would gladly reconsider defending the alleged double murderer if he can come up with the money to pay him. Everyone is entitled to a vigorous defense, said attorney Alan Jackson, but I'm also entitled to a Bentley convertible. Tiger Woods is wrapping up his 3-month program at the high-priced addiction treatment center in Switzerland. Woods says for the most part, the treatment has been very comprehensive, but admits that the Swiss program did have some holes in it.
Oh, God. Dude.
Finally, Pittsburgh, Swiss cheese jokes. Perennial.
There you go.
Pittsburgh Mayor Corey O'Connor pushing back on Morgan Whalen's claims he canceled a recent show due to weather. Mayor O'Connor attempted to take the high road, saying the weather was fine, and gently suggested that Whalen was just being a, quote, gargantuan pussy. And that's your Hollywood.
All right, we will see if somebody knows the answer to this question. Who is the third Scott brother from the Property Brothers that they keep in the basement? 610-660-9333. And we've got Dan who's going to take a shot at this. Hi, Dan, you're on the air. Good morning, buddy. All right, Dan, do me a favor.
Sloth Scott.
Sloth Scott is correct, yes. That is absolutely correct. Hang on, buddy. We got you the 4-pack of tickets to see Toy Story 5 Saturday, 11 a.m. AMC Cherry Hill. And it's brought to you by Disney and Pixar. This summer, the battle is on. It's toys versus tech. Toy Story 5, only in theaters on July 19th.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
Actually, Toy Story is June 19th, not July 19th. That's when our blood drive is. June. Well,
No, they're both June 19th.
it's June 19th. They're both June 19th. I like it. All right, brought to you by Music News, brought to you by Horizon Cooling. They have 24/7 emergency AC service available even on nights and weekends. Plus, you can get a new system for as little as $105 a month and an up to 12-year warranty. Book your visit today at horizonservices.com. Sharon Osbourne and Jack Osbourne have fought back against critics calling their AI-powered avatar of Ozzy a cash grab. The family says this project aims to preserve the rock icon's memory for future generations.
I think if it's the family, they themselves doing it, I think that's fine.
They revealed the partnership with Hyperreal and Proto Hologram at Licensing Expo 2026 in Las Vegas last month. Sharon had talked about the backlash, saying, "I'm not asking you to come. I don't want your effing money. I don't need your effing money. I'm doing very well." The interactive display will launch in the UK and the US this summer. They're called Proto-Luma units.
Proto-Luma units.
Yeah.
Is it like a hologram?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's part of it, I guess. So it's a group called Proto Hologram is a part of this. So fans can ask questions and get responses.
I don't know the answer to that.
In the voice of the Black Sabbath frontman.
I don't know what you're saying.
Jack Osbourne explained that the technology differs from standard AI programs. He said, "This isn't ChatGPT with Dad's face on it. It is a closed AI, so it's not connected to the internet."
I don't have the answer to that.
He said, "We build a database, and the thing that I cannot emphasize enough is that this is only information that either my dad said or was accurate or was written accurately about him."
I seriously don't know.
The family has been, that's like every question he's going to answer that way.
Well, how do I get out of here? I have no idea.
The family has been working on this for 10 years, according to Sharon Osbourne. She said that her late husband asked her over and over how long he would be remembered
I don't know.
after his death. So that's part of the reason why.
Listen, for the fan
they're doing
base,
it.
and
Yeah.
the family's doing it, and certainly they're going to take the care to preserve this beloved, patriarch of the family. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
It's when other people jump in and start doing stuff that becomes problematic.
Yep. Blink-182 has sent fans into a frenzy after teasing what appears to be a special announcement tied to the 25th anniversary of its iconic 2001 album, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
Yeah.
The band recently shared the album's recognizable artwork on social media, along with a link inviting fans to sign up for more information, but stopped short of revealing exactly what is in store. The timing of the teaser has fueled speculation as Take Off Your Pants and Jacket celebrates its milestone anniversary tomorrow. Fans have already begun theorizing about what surprises could be, with guesses ranging from a deluxe reissue and unreleased tracks to a commemorative tour.
They should actually issue a pair of pants and a jacket with that.
Yeah.
One fan commented saying, "Bonus tracks and tour, please," while another wrote how the album is in their top 10 of all time. As of now, Blink-182 has not confirmed any details, leaving the announcement open to interpretation. Released in 2001, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket becomes a landmark release for the punk rock trio. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, and it made history as the first punk rock album to open atop the chart and produced enduring hits like The Rock Show, First Date, and Stay Together for the Kids. Hard to believe that is 25 years
crazy.
old. I remember right when that came out, what a big deal that was. Man.
They relaunched their MySpace page with photos from 25 years ago.
That's great.
In
Cool.
honor of it.
I like
Do
it.
you know? You remember that when they first came on the scene, there was some blowback from what was considered. Marissa, maybe you can speak to this more. The more legitimate punk community thought they were sort of punk light.
Yeah, people still go back and forth, and like Green Day was a
Right.
big victim of that. And,
Right, yeah.
but it's pop punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't understand either when it first hit, when punk, and I'll cite Green Day as the one that really exploded first. And I was like, to me, that wasn't punk music. Punk music was a little more
Right.
intense.
You had to be mad at the
a little
Queen.
more screaming.
Yeah.
I mean, it
The
was,
Queen is terrible.
it was, but I mean, it's cool. I guess it's fast paced and fairly simple.
Energetic.
Chord progressions and stuff
It's like Josh
that.
Groban.
Yeah.
There you go.
A little bit like that.
it's
Yeah.
similar to Josh Groban. He is
There's some good documentaries about it. There's one about Gelman Street where all of those bands played when they were really young. And there's like a Orange County punk movie. And it's like, people go back and forth on it. Like they were sellouts because they got a record deal.
Right.
But like selling out is having a career. Like, come on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to eat, I guess. Huh?
Iron Maiden is celebrating its 50th anniversary with the new Trooper West Coast IPA, created in partnership with Lagunitas Brewing Company. The new brew has been specifically crafted to cater to American beer drinkers' tastes and adds to the band's well-established international beer brand, which already sold more than 45 million pints worldwide since launching in 2013.
Does it replicate the taste of Iron Maiden?
The 6.6 ABV IPA developed with Iron Maiden frontman Bruce Dickinson and the brewmaster Jeremy Marshall features a classic hop-forward West Coast style. So that's the taste of it,
Yeah.
Steve. The limited...
Do you have something lighter like a Bachman Turner Overdrive?
The limited release beer will be sold in select bars, tap rooms, and retailers while supplies last.
I mean, there is a Bach beer. You can do that. Bachman Turner. Yeah.
That's actually a great idea. To make the launch even more memorable, one lucky fan will be chosen as the brand's first ever beer roadie, receiving brewery training before joining select stops on the band's upcoming U.S. tour and working at special pre-show events as well. Applications for the beer roadie position are open July 7th at beerroadie.com.
Did you get Rush had a beer, yes?
I got some in the.
That's right. I remember that
on my desk.
Did you ever drink it?
Yeah, it's really good.
Is it? Okay.
It's my style of beer. It's because I like Mexican lagers. I like things kind of light, and it's like a golden lager, so it's really
Who
good.
spearheaded it in the band? Was it just something that was brought to them, or
It was something that they were approached, and they liked the idea,
Yeah.
and now they have a mustard
Oh, no
from
way.
the same company. Yeah, that came out like last year, maybe. So
what
yeah.
was it? I naturally assumed it was a fake product, but it was Getty something. It was making social media rounds yesterday. Did anything come across your radar?
Not like
it's a Getty
that.
Lee product. I think it's a joke, but in this day and age, I'm not so sure.
I'd like to know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Marissa's gonna
He's
look
DD.
that up. What's that?
He's Getty.
Yeah,
DD.
GEDDY. Getty Images.
I was like,
is
TT.
Yeah, he plays off of that.
But I thought it was rather clever.
No, that's a good question.
Yeah.
We'll have to find out. All right, this is my favorite story. Machine Gun Kelly nursing a serious back injury after somersaulting off a roof in a crowd during an after party following his June 6th show in Hartford, Connecticut.
Welcome to getting older, pal.
And listen to this. This is great. MGK had migrated from the Meadows Music Theater to a nearby restaurant to DJ the after party, where he launched himself off of the roof during his Fred Durst collaboration, Fix Your Face. The crowd failed to catch him, which makes the back injury pretty unsurprising. He addressed the injury on Instagram saying, I messed up my back.
I shouldn't have done that.
Really, really bad.
Big mistake.
And that he had trouble even standing or picking things up.
Wait, we're looking at it. Boom. He goes right through the crowd. Everyone's, you know what the issue is? Everyone's recording it.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah, true.
yeah.
Everybody's got their
No
phones
one
up.
put the phone down to catch him.
Why don't we take a 5-minute break?
Listen, when we at Keenan's,
Yeah.
the past 2 years I've crowd surfed, and before I jump, I'm like, I'm saying to the crowd, I am going to crowd surf.
Yeah.
You gotta catch me.
Also, if
He's
you're gonna
big, too.
If you're going to hurl yourself off and then you're whipping your feet around, you're going to knock somebody in the head with it. You know what I mean?
You
Like-
either go out, exactly.
gotta
You're basically doing a karate move on them.
So we're watching the video. He goes into the crowd, lands on the ground. They pick him up and start carrying him around. At this point, he's already hurt his back.
I can't move. I'm dying.
And imagine that they are doing nothing but causing more issues by lifting him up and
This
shoving him around.
hurts.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
God, I went crowd surfing at a Bouncing Souls show last year, and they pushed me right into the circle pit, and I fell.
Oh, yeah.
I fell so hard my shoe popped off.
No kidding.
Yeah, somebody came running over with my shoe, though. Everyone's very nice in the pit.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten killed in one of those.
Despite the injury, he performed 2 days later in Holmdel, New Jersey, writing afterwards that fans flooded the stage, and that was exactly what he needed to get through the show. So.
I sent you the article about his blackout tattoo, which looks absurd, by the way. So his entire torso is black, his arms are black, and he put stripes on it, and he had pronounced chemical reaction.
Yeah, got into his like his lymph system or something like that,
Oops.
and turned his skin yellow.
Yeah.
So whoopsie. All right, and that is what we have in music news for you this morning.
I did find two things, Steve. Getty has a new pedal that he is teaming up with a tech company, and then somebody else is doing a little guitar.
No, tiny bass.
Yeah,
okay,
like a tiny bass.
It was something else, though, right?
Something else. I'll find it. I'll send it your way.
All right, we're going to break and come back in a moment, and we'll get the letter of the day, word of the week, prize, wrap things up. Matt will be in here shortly. Stay with us.
Make button 22.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what their longevity is. I assume it's fairly long, but
it doesn't seem to be a high-stress life.
There's that iconic photo of me, like Button's mouth completely wide open, and then my mouth next to it, my tongue ring hanging out.
I made you do that because at the time we had learned that you could put your whole fist in your mouth. Can you still do that, by the way?
I don't know. It's been a minute since I'm trying. I'm a married woman.
That would make you even
you don't have
better.
to do that anymore.
Yeah, that's when you stop doing it. The thing is that you could, a human adult could easily fit in that friggin' mouth.
Yeah.
That mouth. It's amazing.
Oh, I thought you meant my mouth.
All right, so if you want to help name the penguins, you can do that. You can check on the Adventure Aquarium website. All right, here's another thing.
I like this.
From the City Beat.
They're going to do some cocaine.
This happened shortly before we took a break, and I wanted to point this out. It's kind of an older story. You may know it, but I thought this was so cool. It's out of West Deptford, and somebody had sent me this story, and I forgot they were somehow or another, they knew the people involved. So when a lottery rep called John DiCarlo and told him that someone at his bar won over $590,000, he knew something was up. And it was from the Quick Draw game, a popular activity among patrons at Southwood Bar in West Deptford. Drawings take place every 4 minutes. And on the night of December 8th, a New Jersey lottery rep informed DiCarlo that someone in his establishment won that $100,000 that afternoon. But something was up. Nobody at the bar that day indicated that they were holding a big winner. And maybe the lucky patron didn't want anybody to know. They secured a large sum of money, stuff like that. But maybe they didn't realize that they won the ticket and was discarded and possibly gone for good.
Yeah, how do you go about finding that person?
Listen to this. So what ensued was a man's holiday season journey of detective work, dumpster diving, and rummaging through piles of garbage to reunite a life-changing slip of paper buried in chicken wing residue with its rightful owner. That's right. So DiCarlo said that there were multiple people playing that day. He said it took a little detective work to get down to that individual and then take a chance. Do I dive into that dumpster or not? He said because it may very well not be there. So the way the game works, ticket holders can select up to 10 numbers between 1 and 80. 20 of those numbers are drawn every 4 minutes, and players can select their wagers and how many draws they want to play. Most players at the bar only select 1 or 2 numbers, which yields a smaller prize, but you're far more likely to match a couple of numbers than all 10. Each ticket features a second progressive game underneath, and for an extra fee, players can win a growing jackpot by matching all 10 numbers. And bet $1, you can win 10% of the prize. Bet $5, you win 50%. Bet $10 to win it all. DiCarlo admits that he didn't know about that part until the lottery rep had called, and that's when he learned that a patron had bet $5 on the progressive jackpot, which had been nearly $1.2 million. Few people pay attention to it since it's a tough win,
Yeah.
He said, so I called my bartender, and I said, did anybody go jumping for joy? He said, for most folks, that would be a significant semi-life-changing event, and they're like, no, nobody did anything. So he and his wife, Denise, the co-owner, were in alignment, and they were going to do whatever it took to find that lottery ticket and give it to the winner, but they didn't know who won. The jackpot was won at 3:16 p.m. that day, so DiCarlo examined his bar security footage from that period. He narrowed it down to a few people and then selected a possible patron. The footage showed that the customer with a ticket folded over the edge of the bar, which was later brought to the trash. And he said, I couldn't see it in the camera if it hit the trash or not, but I thought if that's a ticket, they didn't claim it, it's not in their wallet, there's a good chance it's going to be there. So he decided to search the dumpster the following day. And so he apparently it was reported that morning, media outlets, that there was a winner there, and so everybody started calling him and saying somebody at the bar won. He's like, I know about it.
with calls.
So he got into the dumpster. He took out 10 bags of trash. He put them in the back of his car. He took them home. And then he started going through he went through almost every bag, and he couldn't find anything.
He did find Lenny Dykstra's dentures.
Finally.
That's where they were.
But he said after going through those bags, it's etched in me now that we did pretty good on wing night. So I was going through blue cheese, and I ultimately found one ticket in the bottom of those bags. It was ripped in half, and it was drenched in hot sauce. I looked at the number. It didn't match. It was at the bottom of the bag, so I thought, I don't know, maybe it's not here. Or maybe he missed it. And he decided to search contents 2 or 3 more times before changing gloves, and he decided to get back in there. He said, I lifted a couple of napkins at the bottom of the bag. I looked. There was something balled up. I pulled it out. It was wet and messy, but I carefully brought it out, and there were 2 or 3 tickets. I laid them out, and I looked, and sure enough, one of them was the winning ticket.
Listen, and this is not for him. It's for someone else.
It was for somebody
else. Out of the blue, motivated to do this. That says a lot about this guy.
My question is this. Does he have rightful claim to that ticket? Does he have to find the patron who bought that? Or,
in other words,
could that have been him?
Yeah. Because they actively threw it away. That is a very good question. But they did pay for it.
Yeah.
So he's not that type of person.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and he could have easily.
I mean, that amount of money can change someone's life.
That person didn't know that they threw away a winning ticket, Ryan.
So I'm kind of having an existential crisis because this bar is actually down the street from my local watering hole back home. So there's a bar up the street called Captain's Corner, which is one of my absolute favorites. And just I'm thinking about all the times, like, you know, I like ex's dads would go in there. Like it's one of those like drive by it and you miss kind of places, but I think I might start attending this place if there's going to be lottery tickets to be had.
To be had.
And a staff nice enough to do something.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously.
So he called the winner, and the winner wants to remain anonymous, but he asked if they played the lottery, and the winner said, yeah, but I didn't win. And he said, not so fast. And he explained it to him, and he set him up with it. And I have no idea if obviously this person needs to give him some type of a reward for going to that great
I think
length.
you'd have to.
I mean, at least like 10 grand or something like that, right?
Or at least let him lick the chicken sauce off.
Yeah.
And I wonder if he gets a fee, like when the PA lottery or any of those lotteries hit, they get like 10% or something.
Yeah, maybe he's going to get something,
And
but
maybe
he needs more.
Yeah.
He deserves
Agreed.
more.
But that might be why the lottery actually called him to begin with.
Good point.
Yeah.
To issue that, sell those tickets there. It's a good point, yeah. And it's a good motivation for him to go find it, because if he does get something, it's in his best interest.
Here's another question. All right. So they call him and they're going to do, here's your percentage of the win because you're the facility that sold it. Do you need to have, they know that it was sold there. Does it matter if the recipient or the person who bought the ticket?
Good question.
That's a whole other aspect of it, right?
I wonder if it's not redeemed, if the place that sold it still gets that bonus or not. It's a good question. But I thought that was a great story.
It is a good story.
Somebody doing the right thing. So I wanted to pass that along. So kudos to you, John DiCarlo, and the gang at Southwood Bar. I thought that was cool. All right, something else from City Beat. The Atlantic City Expressway is going to stop accepting cash at all its tolls on Sunday. That's when it starts. And drivers without an Easy Pass will be billed more than double the fare amount per trip.
They're going to make you do it.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm having such a struggle right now with Easy Pass. I just had to re-up everything because you got to go on. It's not easy to navigate.
Okay.
But it says it right in the name.
No, it's not.
Their website is just not user friendly.
It is not. It's not. And also so I don't know if my transponder's bad or what the deal is, but I re-upped everything, and then we literally just went through the tolls over the Christmas break, and like the day before, I re-upped everything, and then when we went through the tolls, it says pay on, unpaid, and then it took my picture, and as it took my picture, I'm looking at the camera like, what's going on? Like, come on, I just paid all this stuff.
You had a similar situation probably about a year plus ago, and it was Jersey, right? And then I had my thing with my Easy Pass for a car that had been stolen, my wife's car.
All right, so before we get in fully into the weekend and wrap up the week, I have to empty the junk drawer. Just get
It's the junk drawer. Yep. Preston's cleaning out his junk drawer. Getting things out of his junk drawer. Finding stuff here in the junk drawer.
All right, thank you, Kyle Mack, for doing that jingle. And Steve, you should sing backups for minute by minute.
I think so.
His
I
band.
think if they want to be less successful, that would be the move.
All right, let me dig in here. And, there's something. All right, so if you want to stay on the moon and you have a few $1 million burning a hole in your pocket, well, a Silicon Valley startup called GRU Space is now taking reservations for a lunar hotel that it plans to open around 2030.
This is the company that invented Flex Seal.
That's them.
Yeah, yeah.
Woo doggy. Deposits range from $250,000 to $1 million, and the total cost of a stay could top $10 million once the 11 bringing us to a close on this Thursday morning with the Preston and Steve Show. Good time today. Temperature's going up today, just a heads up on that. And by the time we get to like 3, 4 o'clock, it's going to feel like it's over 100 degrees. So just get yourself prepared for that. I would like to thank our one and only guest, Mr. Marshall Schurtz, who came by today. Marshall is an Always Sunny in Philadelphia aficionado and tour guide. Yes, you can go on a tour with him. He'll take you around town, show you the shots, the scenes, the exterior shots and stuff like that.
And not as long as just like, that's it over there. He's going to give you like a, history.
Yeah, there's a lot of information about, the specifics of the scenes and the show and also about the city too, which is pretty cool. And you can follow him online. You can follow him on social media at Always Sunny Tour on the Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And if you want to book a tour with him, you can go to alwayssunnytour.com. So it's nice to have a little chat with him about that. And Matt Cord is in from outside. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. Your old short sleeve, shorts and stuff.
Yeah. Why not?
Can you?
I heard
feel
your
the-
forecast.
man. Yeah. It's so now the sun is up a little bit more. Is it that much more steamy?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
definitely way hotter than it was yesterday this time.
Yeah.
Great show today.
Thanks, man.
Did you guys watch the Knick game last night?
So the highlights.
All over it.
Dude, I went to
don't care.
bed and they were up by like 15 points with like 7 minutes left. And when I woke up
San
this morning-
Antonio's up by 29. The Knicks
29.
won
Yeah.
in the last second.
What blew my mind was the per seat celebrity ratio. It was insane. The amount of people, Seinfeld and Sandler and Chris Rock and
Taylor Swift.
Taylor
Swift with the Hyam sisters.
Yeah, and how do you feel about Taylor Swift was wearing a shirt that said Stevie Nicks?
Well, they all had a shirt. So the other one had Nickel back with the Nick K.
Oh,
And the
okay.
other one had Nick Cole Kidman.
Celebrities are so clever.
They're so funny.
I'm just, she got free seats. Like most
I
celebrities
would
get one or
imagine,
two.
Yeah.
And she got the seats that normally Timothy Chalamet sits, and they put him down a little farther.
Oh, they bumped him.
She was sitting next to Mariska Hargitay, so that was cool.
She goes to every game too. Yeah. Seinfeld and Larry David like at the same game.
Bumped.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so enough about the Knicks. I got it. So this is my weekend at the shore with all my college buddies.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're in
Coming up.
great shape for that.
And they're all huge Knick fans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, major. Like they're
Okay.
from Long Island. And so game 5 is it game 5? Yeah, game 5 is Saturday night. So they want to go out and watch the game. I'm like, that could be trouble.
Yes, it could
Well,
be.
watch that leg of yours, Mister.
Yeah, I said that too.
Yeah.
Where are you guys going? Just coming into town, or
We go to Sea Isle every year.
Oh, you go to Sea
We've been
Isle,
doing
okay.
it since like early 90s.
Yeah.
I love that for you guys.
Oh, that's right.
And
In fact, Jackie, that's why Jackie is in your stead on the blood drive.
Yeah.
You're taking the week off for vacation.
Yeah. And we did. It just picks up right where it left off.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
Nothing's censored at all. With
That's
this guy.
fantastic.
So anyway,
All right, well, have fun, man.
I will.
Let's get the letter and
Yeah.
stuff.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
All right, the President and Steve Show is brought to you today by the letter
N as in Nantucket.
Nantucket. All right, and we're going to give away a 4-pack. Is that a band, by the way?
It is. I think it's a heavy metal
think you
band.
might be right.
I
Yeah.
associated with the Dirty Limerick.
Like
have
right
a-
around April wine-ish time.
Yeah.
4-pack of pit tickets as MMR rocks the Black Crows and Whiskey Myers this Friday, June 12th. That's tomorrow. Freedom Mortgage Pavilion tickets are on sale now via Ticketmaster, by the way. All right, hot, sweaty day. What you doing today, man?
Well, it's Thursday, so at 1:40 we do D-Student Trivia.
All right.
Gabby comes in and we, well, you want to hear a song? Or,
yeah, question? Yeah, for sure.
Simple question. True or false? I'll sing it.
Yeah.
True or false? Pete Rose is alive.
Yeah.
False.
False.
When did he die?
He's dead.
Last
Year or so ago?
2024.
God, I forgot.
Hey, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
That's just one of the 10.
Okay.
We got Block City from the Stones, Alanis Morissette and the Allman Brothers, and Pierre's vinyl cut today, Toto.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great album.
Rosanna?
104. That was their big one.
Rosanna's on this. Africa's on this. I don't know the other ones.
Okay. Two big, gigantic hits off of that
Africa,
record.
yeah.
Nice. All right, well, hang out with Matt, and I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors. Preston and Steve Show is brought to you by Duncan, and the Preston and Steve Show runs on Duncan, also brought to you by Live Casino Hotel Philadelphia, voted best casino in Pennsylvania by Casino Player Magazine, and also brought to you by the Jug Handle Inn. Catch the best food, best drink specials, all the game action at the Jug Handle Inn in Cinnaminson. TheJugHandleIn.com. Case, before I say what's coming up tomorrow, you're out today.
Yeah, so join Brent Porsche at Artillery Brewing in Drexel Hill. He's going to be broadcasting live there from 3 to 7 p.m. I'll probably be by there like 4 to 6, something like that. But it's, with our friends at Visit Delco, and we're raising funds and awareness for Families Behind the Badge Children's Foundation.
Wonderful.
And Team WMMR Rock and Rollers.
Tomorrow on our program for No Sad Bro Friday, we'll do a check-in with our friends at 6ABC. We're also going to have a contestant on 100 Cooks on Food Network as part of the connoisseur segment, Gary Glenn.
Very cool.
Or is it Jerry Glenn?
Jerry
Glenn was stopping by. All right, World Cup's coming. We have Sebastian Letou,
Yes.
who will be joining us tomorrow morning in studio.
Well, France is a favorite to win the whole thing, so.
And we will have Mr. Peter Frampton himself on our program tomorrow. Yeah, it should be a pretty cool day and a good way to wrap up the week. That is it. We are done. Rage on. Have yourself a great day in the morning, friends. Stay cool. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.